great deal of diversity, or we're going to get pigeonholed into doing one thing. Hopefully it's not an Agaseed. I've seen way too many of them lately. I'm getting mighty tired of Agaseeds in SMZ3, but we're off.
Yeah, indeed. We are in the middle of the SMZ 1v1 version 11 tournament, and we are off now as we kick things off here. Now, in normal logic, there is only one Super Metroid check in logic at this time, and that would be the Vanilla Morph Ball. We'll see if one runner decides to go down, but it looks like for the most part, they're all... Oh, I stand corrected. Yulfart Gamer is going straight down.
He's going to take the gamble. He can get 2 items, one in logic, one not. I mean, and logic for these runners is merely a suggestion at this point. Like, nobody really follows it.
Especially not these runners. We got a bit of an interesting start. We got a bottle in the Sanctuary, which does add an extra Kakariko Village check, and I believe that was Super Missiles in Link's house, regular missiles on the Lake Hylia Island, so no need to add that to our Flippers Plus mirror checklist.
I'm looking at the wrong window. There we go. Maybe I get the commentary stream back up.
Well, this is fascinating. We got a grapple beam on the Vanilla Morph Ball pedestal.
That's not entirely helpful right now.
Yeah, that actually kind of makes it worse if things get interesting later and we've got to go to Meridia.
Well, we've got Ancient Gamer doing a dam check already, and Alsoa is doing a Houlihan glitch.
Yeah, actually, this is quite interesting.
Whatever.
It's actually quite... Oh, that's the ice rod in the uncle's chest. So
that means
we've already confirmed...
TR is a pendant.
Yeah, you beat me to it.
Probably a blue or red one that's just absolutely worthless.
But yeah, literally everybody in A Link to the all 4 of our runners are in different parts of the game right now.
Yeah, tier 1 tree pull was bombs?
Yes, the 3 was rupees.
That's not a bad pull.
Yeah, tier 1 bombs is really good because there's a couple of opportunities to get a pull before you go to Kakariko.
And free bombs are way better than having to buy them.
Yeah, especially this early on, you want to save up some cash for the bottle vendor and possibly Zora. There's a few money-hungry checks in the early part of A Link to the Past.
Indeed. We have Ancient Gamer and Maniacal are both going to go up towards the Lumberjack ledge. Ancient Gamer checked the ledge there just to see if it's the graveyard or the bumper ledge, which he's in the wrong world for that. But, you know, sometimes habits die hard.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that was a flute in the library.
I wasn't looking. I was, to be honest.
I'll get a quick check on my playback in a second here, assuming I don't get distracted by this Lumberjack ledge, but it looks like
Nope.
Lumberjack ledge was just a heart container.
We won't need the Lumberjack. We won't need Aga for the Lumberjack ledge. We might need it for Dark World access. Who knows?
And I did confirm on my playback, it is the flute in the library today.
Well, that's kind of not cool.
It would be cool if Boots just so happened to show up here in the Kakariko village. Plenty of checks for him.
That'd be swell. It'd be even more cool if it was the sick kid.
Nope, not quite.
Well, he just has some missiles. I don't know what a sick kid needs with missiles, but, you know, it is what it is.
I'm going to assume those were toy Nerf rockets.
Yeah.
But not too much in the Lost Woods, just an energy tank and a big 20.
Also, got soft locked?
It looks like he was still in a pickup animation for picking something up. I've admittedly not seen that before.
It couldn't go through the door. That's crazy. I mean, at least he got the door blown open, but dang, he couldn't do anything else.
I don't know if that has something to do with trying to do a chicken clip and it just going that one magic frame the wrong way. I'm not familiar with that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess so.
I believe our tier 2 tree pull is large magic, so if you need magic, kill 4 enemies and get hit. Or go to the bush crabs where you got some small magic.
Our uncle has some missiles today as well, and in Blind's hideout, we have a first glove and a second glove. What? What? Both gloves in the same building? What is this?
That I have never seen that before.
What?
But
Oh
yeah,
my goodness.
Early Titans mitts doesn't do us a lot of favors just yet.
That's a glove hut right there.
Yeah, at the very least, it removes Titans mitts from one of those things that it's going to be on our long shopping list of things that could be literally almost anywhere that we'd have to look for later.
I don't even know what to say to that. That's just crazy.
I'm gonna laugh if Moon Pearl is in here and we've got 5.5 minute Kakariko Dark World access.
Not yet. Well, we get our first map check. It's all crystals, all blue crystals.
Yeah, pretty.
Number 2 crystal on Hera, number 3 crystal on Desert, number 4 crystal on Eastern.
And we get a lousy return on the bottle vendor, $100 for a big 20. Garbage.
Now we'll actually be able to get to see what's in the chicken hut, hopefully.
Yeah, also will most likely go back and check it.
It's an energy tank. It's useful at this point. Considering we need a minimum of 3 energy tanks to survive the game.
Yeah, I do believe that is our first energy tank of the afternoon, and we have seen a power bomb pack as well in the bottom of the well. So at the very least, our runners, once they do pick up Morph Ball, will have a heavy-duty explosive source.
The Lost Woods also had an energy tank in the mushroom spot. That's right. I remember seeing it. So that's our second one.
That's right.
Thank you, THK.
So now the next $1 million question is, we've got mitts. Is Moon Pearl going to give us quick Dark World access, or are we going to get chased on a nice large ring around the rosy for some alternate form of access?
I'm guessing we're going to get early. But then again, I've been wrong before, so I'm not, don't take what I have to heart,
Yeah, we'll see.
It's a vanilla piece of heart at the race game.
Yeah, we'll see where our runners decide to go next. For the most part, though, with their current equipment, there really is not much more to do than go check South Shore. Although it looks like Ancient Gamer and also are still saying, they're going to check Back of Escape, because they got way too much glove power for that.
And they both picked up the Power Glove location instead of using the Mitt Rock right there.
Yeah. That's some nice synchronized Back of Escape right there.
Come on, let's see what we got here. Anything? A missile, an X-ray, and a missile. So, trash.
Well, X-ray scope is currently trash. If we happen to catch charge and plasma beam on the way earlier, the better in that case.
If we get those, then yes, I will say it's less trashy. But right now, it's effectively useless. I mean, it lets you peek at items without actually going to them. But I mean, meh.
And to be fair, it's in your Sphere Zero checks, or like your just post glove checks, and the gloves were so early, so everybody's probably going to get that anyway, because Back of Escape is such a dense area.
And we got Maniacal. He's going over to check Agina and probably the graveyard ledge, or not the graveyard, the desert ledge. There's so many ledges. It's the graveyard, the desert ledge. Desert.
You know what's actually hilarious? We don't have Moon Pearl yet, but we literally just need Pegasus boots to go get that flute in the library to go into the Mire area.
Hey, that could be nothing. Well, it could be our access to the Lower Norfair.
Could be.
Meanwhile, we've got an Ancient Gamer coming out of seeing the uncle. We've got Alsoa going to check Mini Moldworm Cave, which is like the Light World version of Hype Cave. That and Paradox.
Not to mention a typically more hype cave.
statistically been, yeah. No, and Akina's only got 5 missiles in his hut, so that's a waste.
Bummer.
That mini Moldorm skirted the explosion of that bomb by like a centimeter.
Yeah, we call them mini troll dorms for a reason. We've got Ancient Gamer going to check the front of Escape.
We got the single arrow of destiny in the mini Moldorm cave so far, and trash. It's actually one of the worst worst mini Moldorm caves I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, it definitely is. Although a second power bomb pack is definitely something you're going to want to have going to do your Brinstar checks. Once we do find Morph Ball eventually. It should also be noted that Ancient Gamer picked up a small key out of the first chest of the front of Hyrule Castle, which means these two chests in the back are actually in logic. The key logic with front of Hyrule Castle is weird.
Yes, and we're hoping for the map to be in the
Dark Cross.
That one. That's the one. And our stun prize for the day is bombs. That's good.
All right. So we've got an explosive early tree pull and an explosive stun prize. I don't think
there's
our
our map, so there is going to be an item in the Dark Cross room.
We got a mushroom in Ice Rod Cave, so that's one early fetch quest.
Turtle Rock is the green pendant. Of course it is! Why wouldn't it be? We got Ice Rod in the beginning of the game. There's our pearl in the back of Saha's closet, so boom, there's Dark World.
At 11:27, no less.
I mean, we still have no weapons, but there's Dark World.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird... Ooh, Charge Beam in the bottom of Zelda's cell there. That's a really good one.
2 out of 3 for X-Ray.
Indeed. Now, another interesting thing about Charge Beam is that Charge Beam can basically be anywhere now because version 11 of the SMZ3 combo randomizer now does not require Charge Beam to finish the game.
Could the boots be on the green pendant? They can be, for sure.
Could.
Not that we want it to be.
Yeah, that would be rude. And there's a couple of potential boots lock checks here today, since Desert is a crystal, and of course GT Big Key 1 out of 22.
We got a blue mail in the front of Eastern Palace. That's really nice to have early game, especially with early Dark World access. That gives us a little bit added protection from those horrendous monsters in the Dark World.
Yeah, it's almost like the seed is begging you to go check out the Village of Outcasts right now.
With your 3 hearts and 0 weapons. Come on! And of course the boots could be on Ped. There's nothing that stops them from right now, anyway. I mean, boots. The 3 pendant dungeons don't require boots to do, but the items necessary to do those dungeons might require boots. So, it's possible.
The only circumstance...
It's good to know that Aga is not required today.
The only circumstance right now where boots might be not be capable of being on Ped is if Mire is a pendant, but Variasuit is also hiding in Mire. Or our Super Metroid Lower North for access is in Mire. Because then you need to get boots for the flute.
Yes.
So yeah, we need to see where our other 2 pendants are holding up to check the pedestal. Sorry, combining 2 words into one sentence.
We'll see that soon, don't you worry.
Yeah, with early Dark World access, I'd assume we'd see a nice quick map check here. Let's see what our runners decide to do.
Looks like Also is farming up for Zora money in the Thief's Hut right outside of Desert.
Yeah, this is an interesting time to do it, especially Zora is in logic, especially courtesy of those double gloves, but heck, even just one of them. But yeah, an early Zora farm, this could be an interesting play if Zora ends up having something very important like Hammer or Morph Ball.
And if they fake Flipper up there, they'll be able to check Waterfall Fairy if they get their Moon Pearl first.
Right, Moon Pearl was in Sahasrah's closet, so...
Ancient Gamer's doing the fake Flipper without the Moon Pearl, so he's not going to be able to check, but the Hobo and Zora.
Oh, he's gonna squeeze the He's gonna. Oh no, you said it. Never mind.
Mhm.
I thought you said he wasn't gonna be able to check the bridge guy,
Well,
but
he's gonna
nope, he
check
didn't.
the bridge guy, and then he can't check Zora because he doesn't have the cash for it. We haven't had a lot of cash drops this game so far.
No, we haven't.
I think
Besides,
Saha had 101 rupees in the Moon Pearl, so
I think it was either 50 or 100, but that was that was the Cane of Samarion bridge guy. So flippers are maybe required
maybe
for that.
required. Maybe. I mean, if Meyer and Ice Palace are both pendants, and the Ganon's Tower Big Key is not on the right side, then Kane is not required.
Yeah, this seed definitely throwing a lot more questions than answers in this early start here.
And I want to welcome the Raiders from Speed Gaming 5. Welcome to the weekly SMZ3 race. We just started. So far, we haven't found anything big except for those two gloves in the same building. Other than that, everything's been kind of, sort of, like, we don't know what we're going to do yet, so we're going to figure it out.
We also had 11-minute Dark World access, because as Ancient Gamer will now show, we've got a nice early Moon Pearl to supplement those gloves.
Excuse me, it was 51 rupees in Saha's closet, not 101. My bad. And also was doing a mushroom check. So we're going to see, maybe this could be our hammer, or boots, or Varia, or Morph Ball, or an arrow. Who knows?
Well, it can't be an arrow anymore
Okay, not the
because,
arrow. Oh, it's the fire rod!
well
Oh!
now.
French vanilla rod? The fire rod was in the ice rod palace, the ice rod cave? I mean, maybe?
The ice rod was in,
Ice rod was in the sewer next to Uncle.
That's right.
And fire rod was in the ice rod cave. That's weird. Sorta. Kinda.
Oh, the fire rod. Oh, yeah, the mushroom was in the ice rod cave. Yeah, sorry.
So, I mean, it's... I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy.
Didn't
It
connect
happens.
right away. I get where you're going now, but yeah, we're getting in a nice early scamfish check. Place your bets now. Is this something important as well?
And here's our Dark World access. Dark World dungeons. Mire and Thieves Town are also our other pendants, with our red crystals being Swamp and Skull Woods.
So we do still need flippers, and but we may be able to
Possibly
get away
Kane.
without Kane today.
Depending on the key logic of Ice Palace, yes, it may not be required to clear it, logically. You can still do it without it, for sure.
And the nice thing about Ice Palace is that nowadays, with the discovery and subsequent frequent use of the icebreaker glitch, it's going to be, it's at least a decent return for Zora, by the way. It's not going to be a
It's
bad...
not a total ripoff.
But yeah, with the icebreaker glitch, Ice Palace suddenly becomes a lot less annoying.
Yes, I need to learn that one soon.
But yeah, with Fire Rod in tow, unfortunately it doesn't give us backup Skullwoods access until we get a sword, but even still, knowing that you don't have to go hunting for the Fire Rod, for the one Fire Rod, and instead possibly hunting for the one of the 4 swords, gives you a little more breathing room to think about it.
I didn't think 4 swords were in this game. I thought that was a separate game entirely.
It is, but we're not going to talk about that.
But that was fun if you had friends.
It was. And like a ton of GameCube link Game Boy link cables, but that's besides the point.
It was a good family fun.
Alright, Maniacal getting a magic refill off the bush crabs, and is, let's see what he decides to do next. Alsoa getting Dark World access. And this might be it's a bomb refill for one thing.
Old Fart Gamer was playing Dodge the Guards as he's trying to get up to the witch's hut. Trying to dodge the 2 arrows and the dude chasing him with a sword.
Yeah, this is, that's weird. The mushroom didn't count the first time. Oh, well. But yeah, the right now, there's nothing we could do in Super Metroid right now, since we still don't have a Morph Ball or a Speed Boost or anything that can let us get past basically the front door of our ship.
Hmm. I'm betting Pendant Thieves Town has something.
I would start pointing fingers that way myself as well.
And it's almost full clearable. All we need is a hammer. Possibly need the hammer.
Yeah, definitely a lot of... Oh, how about early red mail to start on Dark World track?
I mean, with so few hearts that we've seen, yeah, red mail is definitely not a bad thing to have.
I don't think mails are accounted for by the logic when it comes to like difficulty checks for at least the majority of the game, but to get red mail right as you get Dark World access, that's just a big sigh of relief.
Red mail 6 hearts is not bad. I mean, it's good for enemies, but traps will still kill you.
Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a Variasuit equivalent for spikes in this game.
That would be awesome.
Extra cash in the C-shape house.
The old fart gamer is seriously considering his options with that moon pearl placement. Staring at that chest for a good 10 seconds.
Yeah, without a lamp, we still don't have Death Mountain access, and without boots, we can't get the flute for other Death Mount for another method, and we still don't have Morph Ball, so we still can't get to the Norfair Business Center either. So yeah, we're still kind of.
There's our other cane.
Oh, that's at least good if Spike Cave comes into play, which it could very well. As soon as we get Death Mountain access, we'll be able to probably check that out.
And Blue Cane's actually a really nice way to kill blind.
Yeah, it's a good backup plan. And especially considering Maniacal has been very heads up about utilizing his bush crabs and tree poles, he's good on magic for a good chunk of time.
Yes, somebody got Charge Beam from Zelda's chest, but I don't remember who it was. I think it was Ancient Gamer.
I'm not sure, to be perfectly honest with you. I don't remember, but yes, Charge Beam, someone did get that. And Iris Isothesis, our tracker, does confirm that it is Ancient Gamer who has Charge Beam.
Yeah, it's the program likes to eat inputs, and it's been especially finicky as of late. So,
all right. Well, we're gonna take a look at our cave, formerly known as Hype, as I think the community likes to call it in this day and age.
oh, that's a little bit of hype, though.
I would
that's
say
a little bit of hype.
That's actually a lot of hype, because not only is that boots, but that is also access to our flute, which means we now have logical access to Death Mountain.
Yep, which means we also have access to one check in Upper Norfair.
So certainly a few more options opening up on the table here, and it also gives us King's Tomb and Bonk Rocks.
Yes, it does. That opens up quite a few doors, and it just makes you go fast. And these speedrunners, you gotta go fast.
Yeah, how often do you get a sub 25-minute King's Tomb check for a hook shot so you can go to East Death Mountain?
And East Dark Death Mountain, because we got mitts too. So, that just blew that whole mountain open. We can do everything.
Safe bet that's where our Super Metroid progression is. Just saying.
That's a lot of checks that are open now.
Yeah, only minor downside, and I say minor loosely, is it's gonna probably keep Maniacal away from front of escape, so it's probably gonna warn him away from that charge beam, which would be nice, but again, the logic no longer requires it.
It's a luxury item at this point.
We have gotten a fairly sizable number of super missile drop. Oh, apparently, Alsoa. Needs to reload the room because that particular Armo statue was apparently all the way to the left. Never seen that before either.
Alsoa's had a couple interesting bugs
Yeah.
today. What's going on here?
This has been a very unfortunate series of events for Alsoa.
All right, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your hats for the playing of Hyrule National Anthem.
Oof! And adding injury to insult, Alsoa getting bullied by the Gibdos. And Ancient Gamer's gonna throw in a Smith chain check all the way while routing his South Dark World.
And I guarantee Maniacal's going straight for the mountain.
Pretty good guess. Yeah, so unfortunately is still missing both of those mail upgrades, so he's gonna probably think about putting Skullwoods off a little while. Granted, we haven't seen anything of exceptional note in Skullwoods yet.
Ancient Gamer is taking Jeremiah on a world tour. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, with Mitts, this is not a bad idea. Just trying to squeeze this in now.
Wonder if he calculated that that would be his last bomb to open this door or not.
Probably.
Maniacal's rescuing the old man, I think. Yep, there he is.
Yes. No light source and not even a sword to add a little extra fake light, but 6 Hearts Red Mail does still help a lot because Death Mountain is still an early game location. For the most part.
Absolutely.
But yeah, with that hookshot in tow and with Titan's Mitts already in play here, we've got a huge treasure trove here. We've got the entirety of Paradox Cave, we've got Hookshot Cave, we've got
Spiral Cave, Super Bunny.
And we still need either a hammer or mirror for Tower of Hera, but yeah, there's and we're not to mention we're gonna get Pendant Totorock intel, and there's our first sword too.
And that's just the bottom half. Now we got to get the upper half, which has way more checks.
You know what's crazy about all of this? Still nothing for Super Metroid.
Not a thing. Not yet.
Granted, we say that, but that's probably going to change here, given the sheer density.
Yeah, I'm betting there's something. There's Screw Attack. There's progression right there. That opens up a couple doors, a couple paths, and our Ether Medallion as well.
Alright, we might need that if there's some critical progression in the Pendant Medallion dungeons.
Kind of funny. Both those items kind of have Thunderbolts on them.
Oh, you're right.
This is a Thunderbolt cave.
Yeah, this is yeah, a non-morph ball progression item for Super Metroid always makes you raise question marks though, because yeah, Screw Attack is one of those things that gives you only a couple checks but is not nearly as significant as morph ball.
There's a Nope tank on the floating island.
And it looks like I completely missed this. Alsoa checked the first 4 chests of Thieves Town, but has Death Warped. I believe that's an intentional Death Warp there. I saw at least a map or a compass and a big key, so I don't know if there were 2 items in the front or if it was just 1 item and a map or something else.
I honestly was not paying attention either. Spiral Cave just having some explosives. That Maniacal's going to go back out and he's going to enter the Dark World and do the Super Bunny and Oakshot Cave checks now as well. Because why not? We're already here.
Yeah, this is going to be, like I said, we're pretty much a hammer and a mirror away from a full clear of Death Mountain. Granted, we also don't have Book and Master Sword for the Ether Tablet, but even still, this is like about 85% of Death Mountain already.
It's a large quantity of the mountain itself. It's just strange to see at 30 minutes in.
All right, Ye Old Fart Gamer is making the voyage to the Dark World now via the Skull Woods portal.
And in Super Bunny Cave, we get a double pair of missiles. That's depressing.
Yeah, unfortunately not as monumental as what we've been seeing up to this point, so Seed's finally starting to put the brakes on just a little bit.
Yeah, gave us our go fasters and then said, no, chill. And TR is our lightning coin.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. We have one item away from being able to access it.
This seed could go from really good to really bad very, very quickly.
Another bottle, an empty one. Oh, by the way, the version 11 says that all bottles will be empty from now on.
Indeed, all bottles will be empty and all fairy refills will be guaranteed green potion.
Hookshot Cave is abysmal.
Well, considering Hype Cave actually lived up to its name for a change, I'm not too surprised by this, and considering how much we've got for A Link to the Past already specifically.
I think the screw attack opens like the Terminator missiles or Terminator item.
Yeah, that's
and
about what it
that's
opens.
like it. And we're joined by another raid from Speed Gaming 3. Welcome to our SMZ3 weekly race. Come on in and join the fun. It's a good time so far.
Indeed, it is. We've had a pretty, if you'll forgive the pun, shocking start to the race here. Most recently, our progression items were Screw Attack and Ether, both with lightning symbols in Upper Paradox Cave. But before that, we had two mitts in the two gloves in the same building. Early Moon Pearl right after. Hype Cave having boots leading to Flute. So it's been a pretty busy seed. I also totally just missed what the Meyer medallion was.
I didn't even know we were in Meyer yet. I was looking. There's our Various suit in the high jump location.
Well, that gives us a little bit of breathing room around Norfair. Looks like our wavy coin, the Quake medallion, is needed for Misery Meyer. So what Maniacal did just there is he did the cross-game transition to save his item from Norfair, and then this will warp him back to the ship. Every time you cross-game transition, it will save your game. So yeah, so Maniacal basically did that to save the Various suit, but take a warp.
And now that Screw Attack's going to get him access to the very small amount of items that are available in Super Metroid without the Morph Ball.
Yeah, I think Old Mother Brain can also be checked out as well.
I see that we got the magic powder in the Meyer shit. I definitely did not see that.
I did see that, but it totally slipped my mind because there is way too much happening in terms of progression items on screen today by comparison to the seeds we normally commentate.
Space Jump and Old Mother Brain. What? That opens up the gauntlet.
So not only can we go through Dark
the
Death
front of
Mountain,
the gauntlet anyway.
Well, Maniacal believes he can fly. But yeah, Space Jump is a big one. Space Jump plus Screw Attack basically trivializes Lower Norfair, and Ancient Gamer missed the
I think it's a
critter.
Zoomer?
I think it's a Zoomer, yeah. But yeah, missed out on it, so he's gonna have to wait for it to come around so he can get out with his Various suit.
Yeah, unfortunate, but time lost is time lost. Croc Escape is $20. So, I mean, I'm not betting on Croc today, even though I say always bet on Croc. Maybe not today.
Yeah, it's kind of tough to bet on anything, given that we've pretty much seen, like, 80% of our Link to the Past progression, mandatory Link to the Past progression. We're literally just looking for, since we know where Fire Rod is, we need Mirror for
Hammer
Swamp,
and Bow.
and we need Mirror and Flippers.
And Hammer and Bow.
So yeah,
and a sword. And a sword.
Yeah, but that can show up in GT. As far as crystals are concerned, we're only looking for 4 items already at 35 minutes in.
That's pretty gross. This reminds me of a seed I did the other day. 7-7 fast game, and I was done in an hour and 16 minutes. It's the fastest I've ever played that game.
Nice.
Or was it an hour and 26 minutes? Either way, it was fast.
All right, Maniacal is back in A Link to the Past. Is fluting to... Let's see where this takes him. He might actually think about checking the gold Terizo statue.
Depends on the ammo count.
Well, he can still check the screw attack item itself.
Yes, and he'd actually be able to check the 2 items in there as well, but it's not going to be an easy fight.
Yeah,
if it's something good and he wants to get back out, that is.
Yeah, this is going to be... Yes, I'm not used to seeing all these, like, endgame checks being done so early, but the seed, rando will rando, and it is definitely randoing very hard today.
Oh, yeah.
And 20 supers, Maniacal's going to at least take a peek at the gold Terizo item, and it's Morph Ball!
What? Oh my goodness!
The train continues, ladies and gentlemen.
I've never seen Morph Ball there.
I've seen it on the pedestal, the screw attack pedestal, but I haven't seen it the one item further down in GT. That is huge. That basically opens
That's
up like...
horrible.
Yeah, Maniacal's been god-routing this seed. I mean, to be fair, early mitts and easily accessible flute, the game was pretty much just screaming this location.
Now, if only he had picked up that charge beam, he wouldn't have to farm for missiles here.
Yeah, the thing about Golden Terizo is if your missile count is low, he will always do this golden ball attack here, which does drop a lot of items. And Maniacal's clearly got the magic pixel here, so he's just
hanging out.
He's just squeezing his grapple beam past all of the debris to get all the items. And now he's got almost a full clip of ammunition, so it's back to pounding Gold Terizo with supers.
Wow.
And plus 10 arrows, rather, on the wooden missiles, I guess, on the Showcase Showdown. So no need for Space Jump for that, even though, yeah, that early Space Jump is definitely a nice big plus.
Well, that Morph Ball is going to open up the rest of the game. So I suspect we're going to see Maniacal stay in Super Metroid for quite some time now.
Absolutely.
He's got everything. He can check all the wreck ship. He can check all of Brinstar. Well, almost all of Brinstar. You can't check the speed booster lock location in Waterway, but almost everything else.
Yeah, this is looking... now it's looking like the seed is screaming Super Metroid after that Mire shed, after the Mire area items. But yeah, with 15 power bombs, doing the full Bryn loop should be pretty painless.
Especially with screw attack.
Yeah. First stop on Maniacal's port of call is Crateria power bombs.
For the swag net.
We might need that in case we don't get a good weapon before Aga 2. Like, God forbid another sword doesn't show up in GT.
That would be fun. That's almost blasphemous. I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
Oh my. And
what kind of nightmare do you want to give our runners? Come on now.
Well, to be fair, the audience doesn't mind it either.
That's true. They don't.
Ooh, Yieldfar Gamer not getting the zoomer either, and that is a lamp in the front of Gauntlet.
No more dark rooms. That's nice.
Considering we haven't really seen any dark rooms yet this seed either, that's a pretty convenient lamp.
We're not going to
Besides,
see. Oh, there's Spazer.
Spazer, first beam you pick up, that's fine. It could be a lot worse. It could be you already Quispy, or at least Quippy, and then get that, but not the case today.
Terminator was just an energy tank. We have the 3 required. Well, 3 if you have both suits, anyway.
We had a question in chat. Do you know which beam combo is the highest damage in Super Metroid? That is Charge Ice Wave Plasma is the most powerful. Fully charged up, it does 900 damage. With the exception of
Yes.
Hyper Beam, obvious. The exception is Hyper Beam, obviously, but you only get that for one circumstance. Oh, Alsoa checking the top of Thieves Town here. Just noticing, he's up in the attic. So interesting, Alsoa choosing to dip further into Pendant Thieves Town here. There's the map. There was the map in the attic, and we've seen the compass, which means that
Hammer!
there has to be... Oh, okay.
Hammer's in Early Super's location.
Well, anything we might be thinking about regarding Thieves Town hammer logic for the big chest now got thrown completely out the window, and all the way to the other world.
Wow. The Seed is just handing out the good stuff like candy.
Yeah, really, the game just says do all your Sphere Zeros and you'll be good. But utilize all your Sphere Zero stuff too while you're at it. Now, we haven't seen
Sword!
Seed, are you finished?
That's basically everything we need. All we need now is a bow. And a mirror. And flippers.
Yeah, we don't need much. Also, it should be noted that Alsoa just found bombs in the maiden cell, but has no small key, which means that the small key has locked itself in the big chest. So luckily for Alsoa, no need to get the hammer. And the last item I do believe will be on blind, since we have both the map and compass already and the big key.
You would be correct, but I don't know how much fun Alsoa is going to have with blind. They have a heart and a half.
They also have a
But
full magic.
They do have blue cane though, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm not too concerned about also, although is burning that magic rather quickly.
They do also have a green potion, so that's a benefit.
Okay, never mind. Any concern has been immediately erased. And that's our second +5 bomb capacity upgrade Maniacal just found in Mission Impossible, considering there are not many of those in version 11. Some of those have been tossed out in favor of some more like regular bomb drops and stuff of that nature. But Alsoa draws first blood in A Link to the Past, getting the first, well, technically boss item, but it's a pendant. But even still, we do not know if this is a pet seed yet.
And we won't know until we find a book where we blind pull the pet. And I'm hoping that... I'm really doubting that it's going to be a pet seed, because both Meyer and Total Rock are pendants, and those dungeons require so much stuff to do that it's hard to find something on ped that late, with that much stuff in the pool.
Yeah, I think at this point the only logical items that could be on pedestal would be gravity suit, flippers, and mirror.
And the bow.
It could be. Could be bow.
Yeah, flippers the flippers are needed because they're Mario locked. So
that is very true. I've been missing Maniacal doing all these pink Brinstar checks. He's just cleaning up. He's already passed through the wave gate room and is now getting the items at Charge Beam.
He's already got 30 supers and 15 power bombs. He's good. He's pretty good on ammo. I mean, that's not terrible at all. Another 300 smackaroons in the tunnel area there.
Yeah, that's going to give Maniacal the Zora money, because I imagine Maniacal might still check Zora if flippers happen to show up relatively soon. But more importantly, he's going to need those rupees for Pod, and possibly some potion fill-ups, considering we've had a couple of nice early bottles. Or at least one nice early bottle.
There are 2 of them in play. I don't remember where the second one was already. I already forgot.
I know the first one was in the Sanctuary, I just don't remember the other one.
And Maniacal's giving us a check of X-Ray, which at this point, with the items we have, is supremely easy to get to.
Not much in Cathedral Missiles. Ancient Gamer going to do a peek at some more Norfair checks. With that Variasuit, makes a lot of sense.
X-Ray is just 50 rupees, and Chad is telling me that the second bottle was a Hookshot Cave, and that is right. It was the Bonkable chest, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
$20 in the outside of Bubble Mountain.
Alright, I'm looking at my playback here real quick, because also, in the meantime, turned in the purple chest. And there's our wavy coin, the Quake Medallion, in the top of Bubble Mountain.
That's needed.
Maybe.
Possibly.
I mean, these could be big fat baits as far as we're concerned, and in fact, call me crazy, but with Hammer known, that makes Meyer full clearable.
You don't even need Hammer for Meyer.
But yeah,
that makes Turtle Rock full clearable.
Well,
which is a far more terrifying prospect.
Oh yeah, that is more terrifying. Oh, there's Spring Ball in at Speed Booster.
Spring Ball!
I mean, it is one of the best upgrades.
And not as good as Space Jump, but it is fun.
And to answer a question in chat, Misery Meyer's medallion is Quake. We did see it earlier when someone checked the Meyer shed, and Turtle Rock is Ether. So we now have both of our required medallions. And Bamos, as far as we're concerned, we don't even need to worry about it since we've got Fire Rod for Ice Palace, so...
We got Maniacal headed for Parade. Is he going to get the quick kill, or are we going to take him to the prom today? Ooh, there's a blue Lionel in chat. I don't know. Those things are scary.
And Maniacal nails that quick kill. There will be no prom this evening on Maniacal's stream.
To answer your question in chat, THK, the objective is to get all 7 crystals, clear Ganon's tower, and beat Ganon, and then clear all 4 Super Metroid bosses and kill Mother Brain. You have to do all of it.
Not necessarily in that order, but yes.
Collectively, that's what you have to do. You can do it in any order you want to. You can clear Super Metroid first, you can clear Link to the Past first, you can do it piecemeal here and there. Most of the time, runners will go to, if they can, they'll do Link to the Past first. They'll finish the game, or finish Ganon's tower, kill Ganon, save and quit, go kill Mother Brain. Usually, but that's not always the case.
Yeah, the reason our runners would prefer to do a Link to the Past, to finish a Link to the Past first, is that once you defeat Ganon, you're instantly placed on the pyramid. Then you can just save and quit and hard reset to the ship to get to Super Metroid quickly. If you finish Mother Brain first, you have to at least get back to Crateria and partially do the escape sequence, though the timer does stop once you do get back to Crateria.
The timer never starts.
Oh, that's true. The explosions happen, but the timer doesn't start. Yulfart Gamer having a little bit of trouble navigating through Super Bunny Cave here. Notice that was a second trip up the stairs. Also, probably really wishing he had that red mail about 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, definitely. Also, a completed Thieves Town, though. Our tracking program is being finicky again. Answer question, chat. Morph Ball was in the Golden Chorizo room above Golden Chorizo.
Yeah, it was pretty deep into Super Metroid, although considering how early we got Titan's Mitts and Flute, really not that hard to, really not that long of a trip to get to for a change. And here's a interesting gamble here. Ancient Gamer is going into Misery Mire, and in Ancient Gamer's case, this should be a full clearable dungeon.
Yeah, well, I mean, Vitreous is going to be a terrible fight with just Fighter Sword.
Yeah, ideally he'd want to find something along the lines of maybe Silver Arrows.
We need a bow, too.
Yeah.
Silver arrows are great, but if you can't have a bow to shoot them, then you don't really do you any good.
Yeah, Cane of Burna kind of helps, but it's not nearly as effective as Magic Cape, because actually Burner won't even work. I think you have to use, in Fighter Sword case, you have to use Fighter Sword spins.
Yeah, Fighter Sword does not actually hurt the eyeballs. The spins do, but you can use bombs against the little ones, but we don't have that many bombs to kill the big eye. It doesn't do anywhere near enough damage.
Yeah, although to be fair, we have seen 2 +5 capacity upgrades.
Still, 20 bombs is not enough.
And the Old Fart Gamer, I think, is going to pick up the Nope tank that was on the floating island, and I'm also completely missing that Maniacal is now Dippin' Tower of Hera.
He'd like to pick up that item on Floating Island, but he doesn't have the mirror, so he can't.
Yeah, actually, I don't understand why he's doing this. He's going the other way. Is he getting a refill?
I think, yeah, there's some fairies up here.
Okay.
Just to save and quit? What?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the play was there.
3 smacks of Moldorm's tail and he dies. Just like that. And Maniacal is going to be the obtainer of our first crystal of the match. For the shovel!
Well, considering one fetch quest has already yielded progression, how much do you want to bet this one will as well?
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far. Yes, he does have a level 2 sword. Ancient Gamer is doing the big key chest of Misery Mire. Maniacal's going straight for Spike Cave.
Now, this makes a lot of sense. You have the equipment, you have most likely an extra bottle refill somewhere lying around, you've got a full magic bar at the very least. Ooh, also getting pestered a little bit by the Murder Dactyl.
Another bomb capacity upgrade. Murder-dactyls are very vicious creatures.
Yeah, also is going to be... Oh, Screw Attack is required to get down there.
Mm-hmm. So Screw Attacks require progression for our Morph Ball. That's gross.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, it's, where was it again? Paradox Cave, correct?
Paradox Cave, along with
Yeah.
our Ether Medallion, yeah.
So yeah, Alsoa's got to go up the mountain with that flute. Maniacal's just now getting the Fire Rod, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to start thinking about doing something about that shovel while he's at it, too.
And with Flute, he'll probably fly over to 4 and just dash over there real quick. Dig it up real fast. Ancient Gamer's taking a Death Warp.
He might also be trying to route in a powder check here while he's at it.
He could. We haven't seen it yet, and it could yield our final fetch quest results. So, I mean, why not? I'm glad I didn't take your bet.
Oh, Ancient Gamer. He might have intentionally thought about the. I think he intentionally. He didn't know about the power bomb pack. The bomb pack, actually. This is his first dip into GT, so he's about to get the morph ball and be. I'm not sure how our runners are going to be feeling at this right now, considering where it is, but considering how easily accessible it is.
He's gonna be like, "What? Come on now! This is just not fair." Maniacal taking his fire rod, going straight to Skull Woods to clear it out. It is a crystal. It is necessary. We have the sword. We have fire rod. We can clear it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we've seen any. I don't remember if we've seen any other items in Skullwoods yet. I want to say no.
I was not looking when whoever was there was there. I know somebody went there. That was Alsoa, I think. They had trouble with that first room because
Yeah,
the game's being cruel today.
I want to say Ancient Gamer also made a pit stop in Skullwoods before checking Village of Outcast 2, but yeah, I don't think we've. Yeah, there's no items in the front yet.
Ninja Gamer taking it to the Golden Chorizo.
Yeah, doing this bit of an unconventional way, not using the magic pixel on the right. And I think Ye Old Fart Gamer just realized what's going on as well and is now on his way to pick up that morph ball.
The good thing is, Ye Old Fart Gamer doesn't have a sword, so he can't open Mire.
True.
He also doesn't have Quake, so he can't do that either. Yeah, there's the magic pixel works facing both directions with the gold Chorizo. Most of the time, you just see him stuck on the right side of the screen, but you can do the same thing on the left.
I mean, it makes sense. That's where the door is. Yeah, Maniacal's going straight for the back of Skull Woods here, which makes sense in case you find the item on.
Oh,
I guess we did see an item on
the old
or an
fucking
item in the
does have
front.
a sword. I didn't know that. I blame the tracker, not the person, the program. Iris is awesome at tracking. It's the program that keeps eating her inputs.
All right, we've got Ancient Gamer making the trip to Lower Norfair. How about this? We'll be able to easily space jump his way past the worst room in the game.
He's gonna have some fun with Ridley. 20 supers and charge beam is gonna be really bad.
Yeah, only charge plus Spazer. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, granted, I can't attest to the skill level of these runners, but this is definitely a gutsy play nonetheless.
It is not an easy thing to do. I'm guessing.
Not to mention, Ancient Gamer is still running only on 3 energy tanks.
And down goes the big moth. Mothula. It's easy to see why Mothula sucks. His room moves. He moves. The spikes hurt. He doesn't take damage from spikes, so if you hit him into the spikes, he doesn't take damage at all. and it's really irritating. He's just a pain in the butt. One of the worst designed bosses in the game. It looks like Ancient Gamer's not going to go directly down to Ridley. He may just be checking the area around Ridley.
Yeah, he might be looking for an extra energy tank out of Fire Fleas. Gets a power bomb tank instead, which does permit him now to use 2 crystal flashes, to be fair. Actually, no, it doesn't. Yes, it does, if he keeps his super missile count maxed.
Yeah, and how often does that happen?
Not too often.
So the big question I have is, where are them flippers? We need them.
Yeah, those are kind of the big ones, because actually Misery Mire is technically out of logic until we get the, or at least the back of Misery Mire is out of logic until we get those flippers. I think Ancient Gamer realized that, and that's why he noped out. That, or he just was horrified at the prospect of Fighter Sword Vitreous.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to do that. Fighter Sword Victory. Oh, now Soa took a death.
Yeah, it was on Golden Chorizo, so at the very least, no progression items were lost, but, well, actually, I also lost the morph, did see the morph ball, so it's a bit of a, it's gonna be a bit of a walk to get back. Well, kind of, but not, oh, Maniacal has fake flippered into Ice Palace.
This is an interesting play. He's here to full clear it, so he's gonna do what he can, and even if it's out of logic, he's gonna be fine here.
Yeah, to be fair, the only thing he won't be able to find here are the flippers. Mirror and Bow could both very easily show up here.
And I reckon we're gonna see him go straight for an icebreaker.
Probably. It just makes the dungeon routing so much better.
Or I could be wrong. Oh no, he's hitting the switch first. That makes sense.
Yeah, he's taking all the precautions here.
I don't know how to do it, but you line up on a certain pixel, you drop a Samaria block, and then you just sort of walk through the wall. Just like that. Oh, for the mirror!
I will take full responsibility for that blessing.
What? Well, now that puts it opens up a couple checks, but that's huge. That's needed.
Yeah, it means we can get to up to left side swamp. Or no, we can't. We still need flippers. Never mind.
We don't have flippers. We can't do anything in swamp.
It's hookshot. That's the key item for past left side swamp. And even then, we still don't have flippers.
I mean, mirror lets us get in the front door.
True, but even then, we really need flippers. I'm gonna be very interested to see where they are at this point. I wouldn't be surprised if they've just been hanging out in pod this whole time. Although, interestingly, you know what's been strangely missing in action so far today? Our gravity suit.
Yeah, at least we know it's normal logic. We probably won't see Suitless Meridia. Hopefully.
Yeah, Maniacal's decision to sequence break actually ended up really paying out.
He is god-rodding this game so far.
He is.
Like you can't route this any better. He's doing so well with his decisions and the gambles. Like coming into Ice Palace sequence broken like that is a gamble, but it paid off. And Ancient Gamer is one hit from death.
Ooh. Yeah, it's like we said before, three E-tanks without the ammo for a Crystal Flash. This is not a fun fight. It does look like he saved in Lower Norfair, though, so it won't be the biggest pain to get back down.
And he doesn't have gravity suit, so the damage reduction is minimal. He's just leaving. He'll come back. The gambles aren't paying off down here. It's not for this risk reward. It's just one check down there. You can get the rest of them.
Yeah, once again, it seems like A Link to the Past seems to be the answer for the majority of this seed's problems. Oh, you old fart gamer. That might actually have been an intentional death warp. Oh. Nah, he might have, might have been
Speed
an
booster
accidental
in
death.
jail.
Interesting. So much for this lower Norfair gamble not paying off.
And Cold Stare going down quickly to the Fire Rod and the Master Sword. Very well done. For the second item being 10 arrows. So the mirror is huge, but it still doesn't tell us where the flippers are.
It doesn't, but it also does tell us that Ice Palace was not Samaria locked, which means it's also by extension not, well, for cane required flippers locked. Technically it's still flippers locked, but not because of the cane. You get the idea.
And that still puts the flippers potentially on the pedestal.
Yeah, because I don't think we found anything of extreme significance in Thieves Town, but we still can clear. We could. Call me crazy. Pedestal's in logic right now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And,
it sure is.
Yeah, we know flippers can't.
Oh wait, no, flips can't be on pedal. What am I saying? You're right.
Yeah,
we need those.
Yeah, for the cane. So, while Ice Palace, while Samaria may not have been required for ice, flippers still can't be on pedestal. So yeah, the weird thing is, so that limits our pedestal possibilities to bow and gravity suit. That's about it, honestly.
Desert Palace is not boots locked, so that's good.
Not that it's going to really make that much of a difference for our runners today.
This has been a much better seed than the ones you and I normally get.
You say that now.
I mean, it's okay. It can't get that bad, truthfully.
That is true, because the nice thing about us knowing that we need flippers for a lot of stuff is that there's a lot of aquatic-based checks that they do lock out still. Such
Not only that, we also have a large portion of Super Metroid to check. We haven't checked Wreck Ship at all. That's all in logic.
Yeah, I imagine actually that might be where Ancient Gamer is thinking about visiting now that he's got Speed Booster. Also, meanwhile, has trudged through the Mothula fight, finishing him off with only 2 hearts remaining. I would doubt at this point that any of the 2 remaining items we seek are on Pyramid Fairy, since Swamp is also our other red crystal, so we're still looking for flippers for that as well.
Right, and the chances of Bow being in there are slim.
Non-zero, but slim.
You old fart gamer is about to pick up his charge beam from Zelda Cell, while Maniacal steps into the arena of the Landmo.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy that we're seeing a like a 40-minute difference between charge beam acquisitions for Zelda Cell checks specifically, just because of how the seed is just not giving people a lot of reason to come down here.
That's Maniacal's 4th crystal.
Yeah, that's unfortunately that is where his crystal streak is going to end for the time being. Until we find either flippers or a bow.
Yes, and it is possible for the flippers to lock the bow as well. The bow could be in desert, because desert does have a large quantity of checks. Did I say desert? I meant swamp.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Desert's only got 2 items, and I think
I
we
meant
only are
Swamp.
missing... I think we are missing an item from the big chest. I think Maniacal just decided to pass over it, hoping that it would be something, hoping that the other 2 would show up early, but not the case. But it is another energy tank.
So where does he go now? His options are limitless.
I didn't see what Ancient Gamer found at Ice Beam, but I don't think it was anything important.
There's nothing important in Crumble Tower either. But he's going to go speedway down his way down to Crocomire.
Oh, and Dark Cross had our 3rd sword.
Oh, that's a nice place for it. I wonder who's going to get it.
Yeah, that's another really isolated location right now. I can't imagine a lot of our runners are going to be picking that up anytime soon.
And we have Maniacal entering Lower Norfair proper. He's probably going to make his way down to Ridley. He does have enough supers to take him down, too.
Yeah, good missile ammo to back him up as well, but... and definitely way twice as much health as Ancient Gamer did, in fact.
Plus a reserve or 2. I'm not sure how many he actually has. He's got at least 1. And there's a 3rd bottle behind Croc.
Alright, I think Yieldfart Gamer had a little trouble with the fake flipper getting out of Hobo, so he elected to save and quit, and is now, let's see where he decides to go next. I think... No, Screw Attack and, Ether were in Paradox Cave, and he's got those anyway, so...
Mm-hmm.
He's still, I don't think he, I think he lost to... Did he beat Gold Torizo for the Morph Ball? I don't remember. I don't remember if he took a KO to it.
Don't recall either. We got half magic from Ancient Gamer in the area above Crocomire, or behind Croc. Half magic's nice. It's not required, but it's a nice luxury item.
Yeah, especially considering Ancient Gamer currently has no crystal dungeon clears. The extra magic for Ice Palace especially is going to be really useful. And Skull Woods for that matter.
I don't recall if we've seen Waterfall Fairy Cave yet, but Old Gamer is about to give us a check.
Yeah, I think this is our first look, but it is just an explosive Waterfall Fairy Cave. And Yieldfart Gamer has been, he's not sure what to do right now.
I can't say I blame him.
I don't know if he realized...
That location of Morph Ball is horrendous.
Yeah, I don't think he realizes that he can get to Gold Torizo.
That's your question in chat. Maniacal is so far ahead because he has made the right plays, he's made the right gambles, and they've all paid off so far.
Yeah,
he's running this route like he knows where everything is.
Semper, this is indeed a day to bet on Croc. The flippers are in cosine room.
Oh my goodness! The one time I say don't bet on him. What is going on here? Why'd you gotta let me down, Croc?
With this, ladies and gentlemen, we are now only looking for a bow and gravity suit by logic to be in in both games Go mode.
We're we're definitely in bow mode for sure.
Oh, and you know what? Alsoa's been having so much trouble with the Morph Ball, he's electing to do AGA 1 for Dark World access.
I mean, it gives him stuff to do, but the Morph Ball, I don't understand. He has Dark World access.
Well, he's also he's also cleared Thieves Town as well. So he's already checked the section of the Dark World that isn't hammer locked.
It's an interesting play. Doing AGA in the dark is just strange.
And I think Yulfar Gamer also stopped again for a second in front of Meyer, in front of the Gold Teresa portal. I think he just realized what's happened.
He doesn't have.
Oh, he doesn't have screw
Yes,
attack.
he does. Yes, he does.
I was about to. Never mind.
He does. He just didn't use it. He assumed that the floor could be shot through like everybody. I mean, that's your first instinct is to shoot it. You're like, well, wait, that doesn't work. I got to do something else.
He needs to not nope out of the area right now.
This seed has actually been really generous for the most part. The only really trolly thing so far has been the morph ball location, and that's an in gold Terizo. The rest of the seed has been like, here's everything, have fun.
Yeah, the location has been trolly, but the access, the keys to it have been pretty free. And Yieldfar Gamer noped out before getting the morph ball. That's a mistake.
That's just gonna put him for. And Maniacal killed Ridley.
He sure did, and he got an energy tank for his vanilla energy tank for his trouble.
Definitely a good place to get a refill on the way out, because the warfare escape is just as bad as getting down here. Too many options to check. Yeah, I mean, basically, it's giving them everything they could possibly want and more. So it just opens up the whole game, which leaves you with so much to do, and you just have to pick a route and go with it. And Maniacal has been picking the right decisions every single time.
Yeah, the only thing he's gonna have to divert a little bit for is he does need to route in Croc, as we now know, to get flippers out of Cosine Room. But that's about it right now. The only major big question mark, especially for Maniacal, is Bo, because I bet you he could do Suitless Meridian no problem.
Mirror was in Ice Palace, and Hammer was in early supers.
That's right. I was Hammer was drawing a blank for me for a second there, but yeah, I'm just gonna call Mirror's chest the icebreaker room now.
Yes, it's the vanilla big key chest in Ice Palace.
Oh, and yeah, Alsoa doesn't even have a lamp. So, yeah, having a little trouble with the Aga 1 play, so has noped out of the castle.
Kraid's E-Tank was just missiles. I didn't even see that earlier, but I know we've been here before. I'm thinking Norfair, or not Norfair, Wreck Ship Reserve is going to be our bow. I don't know why. I'm just going with it.
And that is a perfectly valid spot, and actually kind of a jerkish spot considering how far Wreck Ship is from the treasure trove of items we've picked up to this point.
Yeah, I'm just saying. We got to give it a little bit of... I mean, it could be on ped. Truthfully, Bo could be on ped, and that's a nightmare. Because that's the place you never want to see a required item there.
Yeah, now that we've sorted out the logic chain with flippers, we're now all we're back in logic as far as the folks at home are concerned.
Let me rephrase. As a runner and as a commentator, you don't want to see an item on ped. As a viewer, absolutely. Give it the worst possible location.
Oh, our first boomerang of the afternoon showing up in the Franco Z room.
The blue meringue, some would say it's the best meringue, but I like red better.
But yeah, that is it for Maniacal's Ridley layer dip now, and Yoldfart Gamer is, let's see, he's gone back to Super Metroid, but he's gone back through the Norfair Business Center. And Alsoa's trying Aga 1 again.
I don't understand this play. Is it just to get to the pod area? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I think so, because again, Alsoa's been to Thieves Town, he's full cleared it. I don't think he's comfortable fighting Gold Terizo for that Morph Ball, because I swear he saw it. He might not have seen the Morph Ball. I gotta double check the VOD.
Ancient Gamer's ascending Red Tower. I don't think we've seen anything in Red Tower yet. I don't believe anybody's been to Alpha Peeps or Beta Peeps at all.
No, really, we haven't even seen Billy May's room. It's like after the the early Brinstar checks, everybody just went to Meyer Shed and just, in most cases, blew the seed wide open that way. To answer question, chat, the Morph Ball is in the battle room of Golden Terizo. But yeah, we are now seeing our alpha beta power bomb checks.
Per 20 arrows. Woo-wee!
Those would be really great if we had a bow.
Yeah, I mean, I can throw an arrow, but I can't throw it as hard as a bow can.
Well, at that point, it just becomes like a javelin or something.
A small spear, maybe. Yeah, so we mean Gold Terizo, not Gannis Tower. Morph Ball cannot be in Gannis Tower. No progression items can be in Gannis Tower. That's a feature that the developers put in place so you don't just full clear one game and then go full clear the other. That kind of ruins the fun of combo. Don't worry about it. Feel free to ask as many questions as you want. We have a wonderful, friendly community here that's always willing to help each other out. There's actually no toxicity here at all. It's a great place to be. It's not like Fortnite or any of those other games where, you know, it's a bunch of kids screaming at each other. This is a good place to be. But
I'm just looking at. I'm just realizing Also is actually improvising with fire rod strats to get through. To get through Aga Tower here.
Which the dark rooms are not in logic with Fire Rod?
No.
In this version, but they work, obviously.
Yeah, we should specify that while this is version 11 of the SMZ3 randomizer logic, it is a sort of separate branch from the Link to the Past randomizer logic. So while a Link to the Past randomizer has gone up to like version 31 and whatnot, SMZ3 is its own separate branch. So it's not adopting all of the version 31 changes as it's updated.
Maniacal's betting on Croc.
This is going to work out really well for him because this is going to open up Swamp Palace.
Yes, and that opens up a lot of doors. And that's 6 checks in Swamp Palace?
Yes. +2 because of Pyramid Fairy.
And I'm not holding out much hope on Pyramid Fairy, but yeah.
Well, we could have a bow on Pyramid Fairy.
It is possible.
The first A Link to the Past randomizer race I recalled actually did have bow on Pyramid Fairy, and this was before version 31 too. So
that's not cool.
And it was a long item chain too, because I think one of the 5/6 crystals was Meyer.
Ugh, that's just as wrong. All right, Maniacal's headed down. He's gonna go get his. He's gonna find his cosine room here soon and get his flippers.
All right, Ye Old Fart Gamer is still is in Norfair, but still I don't think has picked up Morph Ball.
An Ancient Gamer is taking on the Ghost of Argus.
Yeah, considering
Phantoon.
Considering how early we've had access to this, I'm surprised it's taken us this long to get here.
Yeah, Rexship is not really thinking about having much of a benefit here because you've got so much other stuff. Coming here is just like an afterthought.
Fair. Although it would be hilarious if we had a vanilla gravity suit. Could totally
that
happen.
Be pretty funny. Absolutely, gravity suit can be literally anywhere except for in Meridia, or behind any other gravity-locked locations.
Which, to be fair, there really aren't that many besides out of Meridia, I should say.
Even the ones that you would think are gravity-locked, like the item in the ocean outside of Rexship, is not required to get. You don't need gravity to get it. And Speedway, or not Speedway. Oh no, you old fart gamer just soft locked.
Oof. That's a big oof.
Without Morph Ball, you fall down into that crevice down there. You can't get out, and you have to reset, which means you lose all your progress up to this point.
Yeah,
From the last
unfortunately.
save, anyway.
Yeah, it's not particular, and it looks like his last save was at a cross-game transition. So I don't think, though, to be fair, he's gotten any items since that point.
And Fantoon goes down.
I may be crazy here, but I think this is our first check of the pyramid ledge in the game from Alsoa, and it is just some missiles.
I believe you're right, which means I'm also willing to bet that also is going to go check Catfish.
Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. You can route this into, well, it's actually kind of tough to do pod with Alsoa's current equipment because, again, still no bow, no lamp, and no hammer.
No hammer, yeah, there's absolutely no reason to go into pod like that.
The old fart gamer, meanwhile, doing the gauntlet and has soft locked again.
He might be able to wiggle his way out of that, but it's not going to be fun. It's better to just reset and come back.
Oh, Ancient Gamer finding our fourth and final unique sword upgrade in the wreck ship, in the middle of wreck ship.
That's interesting. I'm still holding out for bow and wreck ship reserve, but that's a good place for a sword.
This is actually pretty funny. Maniacal, Ancient Gamer, and Alsoa all have separate master swords.
Wonder if they'll all put them together. I don't think Maniacal's going to get the fourth one.
Maniacal's definitely, if he happens to find bow, I would imagine he's actually going to go mode wreck ship.
Which means he won't find that one, and I don't remember where the other one was.
It was... I'm trying to remember. It was in Super Metroid. That much I remember.
Near Croc? No, that was Half Magic. I don't remember. I don't remember where they were. Dark Cross and Edecoons. Thank you.
That's
Dark
right,
Cross,
Dark Cross. Dark Cross is the sword I'm thinking of. Because, yeah, Maniacal hasn't been to Dark Cross yet.
And I doubt that he's going to get there. So he may just go with Master Sword. It's not that big of a deal for him. Master Sword Silverless sucks, but it's doable.
Yeah, he's got 12 hearts, half magic as well, with red mail as an added bonus. So as far as armaments are concerned, Maniacal can make this work.
There's our book in the Spiker Room of Death of Wrecked Ship. Rather, behind the Spiker Room of Death. And
Yeah,
he old fart gamer is soft locked again.
Yeah, he is just not having a good day without this morph ball.
It's supposed to be normal logic. It's supposed to be easy. Ah! Whoever said normal logic was easy is crazy.
The Ancient Gamer is taking a lot of spike hits here, but Variosuit in the randomizer does 75% environmental damage reduction, which spikes count as environmental damage, so that's pretty significant, especially for wreck ship. So has no trouble escaping with that book with plenty of energy tanks still in tow. And Maniacal is going to check left side swamp. I think.
It's a good play. I mean, there's no other reason why he'd come over here. And he's just flooded the key.
Might be doing a diver down to pick up that.
I mean, he can dive. Yeah, a diver down is a cool little trick that they do, but I mean, he definitely. Yeah,
for those who haven't seen this trick, what Diver Down is, it's actually similar to Icebreaker, but it effectively allows you to set up a water walk here in Swamp Palace. Like so.
So interesting. And you can go over there, you can walk over there, pick up the... somehow reach underneath the water, pick up the skull, and continue on.
I mean, to be fair, Link can dive underwater and reach underwater for 3 seconds in...
There's the bow wreck ship! It's in the attic!
Well, not exactly wreck ship reserve, but I think you can agree that's a pretty interesting spot.
All we're a gravity suit from commentator no mode.
And for all we know, Ancient Gamer could be walking up on it any second here.
If it's vanilla, I swear.
Well, it ain't a reserve.
Left
And
side
it
swamp is.
Yeah, it ain't a left side swamp either, so... So, here's... Now, Gravity Suit could... There's like 90% of the game where a Gravity Suit could be at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So, it could
It'll be on
literally... I'm sorry, say that again?
It could still be on ped.
It could still be on ped. Although, again, if our some of our runners may elect to try to do Suitless Meridia if they have to.
Without high jump or ice beam, that's going to be miserable.
Yeah. Ooh, looks like Maniacal is going to set up another diver down to pick up the two sunken chests here in Freer Swamp. And this trick was discovered and legalized only recently, too. It was like January, I think it was discovered.
I have no idea, but it's so funny to see.
It was definitely around the first of the year.
That bow for Ancient Gamer is going to lead him away from certain locations, though, so that's going to be painful for a little while.
Yeah, he does still have to pick up the hammer and mirror is all the way in Ice Palace, so that could be a bit of a long shot for it. That could be a bit of a while before he gets there. The Old Fart Gamer, meanwhile, is going to pick up the Master Sword out of Dark Cross.
If I'm not mistaken, I think the big key is on Argus.
I think so. And we've seen the Madman Compass at this point, so there is an item in the big chest. Unless the big key's locked itself. Because that can also happen here.
One of two dungeons it can actually happen in. This one and Swamp or Skull Woods.
And Alsoa is going to pod.
Anybody count how many blue balls Aganim gave? Because I didn't see.
I was not paying attention. And it is the big key on Argus, so Maniacal will have to go back for the item in the big chest if he does not want to orphan it.
Yeah, that would be something I would, at this point, he would look, because he's still looking for two items, so. Plus, he's probably going to go straight for the bomb as well.
He probably will, because this is actually, if you had to have a second red crystal, Swamp would be the best one, because it puts you right in front of the bomb shop. Well, at least that gets rid of my bow on Pyramid Fairy Theory.
Yep, could be Gravity Suit there, though. Gravity Suit is one of those items that, look, I mean, as we said, it could literally be almost anywhere, so there's a lot of places it can still be.
Ooh, and Ye Old Fart Gamer is also doing Angle 1, because, yeah, he did not go check the Morph Ball. Did not go check the GT, and there's Ice Beam in the Swamp Palace Big Chest. That's a
nice.
Good one. Actually, that might end up playing in Maniacal's favor if he does happen to go to Rex Ship next, after Big Bomb. Actually,
it's a nice item for Torian.
Yeah, it's good for Torian, as you mentioned earlier. It's something that can help with Suitless Meridia.
Yeah, having Ice Beam and High Jump makes Suitless Meridia much easier. It's not in logic for the difficulty we're playing on, but it's doable.
Yeah, actually, I think the one thing Maniacal does not want to see here is Gravity Suit, because that would actually push him towards Meridia, because usually Meridia tends to have a... Well, Meridia can be 50-50. It can either be the biggest treasure trove ever, or it could be the biggest tease and give you nothing, which, given what we know for this seed, it's going to be a big tease.
Yeah, I don't see the Meridia having anything aside from a boss kill, which you can backdoor. Other than that, There's literally nothing left we can have there. Maybe silvers?
That's it.
And plasma, maybe?
Oh, apparently the gravity suit was just found in Palace of Darkness in the, yeah, it was
Turtle
in the
room.
pod basement.
Or it was in the basement? Oh boy.
Wow.
So that's no mode for us.
At an hour and 34 minutes.
And Maniacal might go there? Never mind.
He's not going to go there until he sees the bow, which I'm curious to think if he does find the bow. Well, he's probably
He's
going
going
to
to
go.
wreck. She's going to wreck ship right now. I'm almost willing to bet.
Yeah, which I'm wondering if he finds the bow, like right now, is he going to completely just skip the rest of Super Metroid? He's a little low on super missiles, ideal super missiles.
He doesn't have charge beam either, so
It's possible to find a ton of extra ammunition in GT.
yeah, that's not something you want to gamble too much on, though. You'd like to be fairly close to the comfortable level of missiles to kill Mother Brain, because you're not going to be able to do. I mean, you need at least 60. You need 60 supers to kill her, and that's. I don't think we have the required amount of missiles and supers right now. I could be wrong, though.
Yeah,
My math is not that
the
great.
supers don't deal double damage to Mother Brain like they do to Ridley and Ridley. So a missile does 50 damage, I think, and a super does 300. So for every super missile, you need 6 missiles. So right now, Maniacal has the equivalent of 18 additional super missiles. So yeah, he is short by a fairly significant margin.
I think supers do 300.
Yeah.
Is that what we said?
Yeah. Because they don't deal double damage to Ridley. They don't deal double damage to Mother Brain like they do to Ridley.
My brain just blanked on the math. I don't know what happened there.
Oh, I'm actually corrected in chat. Missiles actually deal 100 damage.
Oh, okay.
You know what?
Enough, but that's still risky.
It is. Because, yeah, that's 35 missiles plus 120 over 3 is 40. So take effectively 3 out of that. That's 37. So, yeah, he's got the equivalent of about slightly over 70 super missiles worth of damage. So, yeah, it's still kind of tight.
Not including any misses.
Yeah, I think the 50 comes from my Metroid Prime 2 damage numbers. Because I think Charge Beam does 50 damage in Prime 2.
One also requires you a certain amount of missiles to break open the glass tank and shatter her brain.
Yep. Yeah, I'm curious to see how Maniacal interprets this seed after picking up the bow, because we could be seeing some fancy stuff coming up here. I also was looking through the pod dark maze, but I want to say took an intentional. Oh, that's actually an intentional death. Never mind. Yeah, Soa is really pushing this pod dip, even though it did pay off and give him gravity suit, but it's actually really unfortunate because that gravity suit is a big fat red herring.
Yeah, I mean, that morph ball location is one of the worst places I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, you could see Ye Old Fart Gamer and Alsoa both have been pretty much befuddled by this the entirety of this seed. Because yeah, Alsoa is taking another death warp here.
The gamer is going to check Waterway, which we know is probably going to have nothing of value. And Maniacal's got his tempered sword, so he's good for swords.
Yeah, Tempered Sword Silverless Ganon's definitely going to be a lot less painful than Master Sword Silverless, for sure. So yeah, just to kind of bring everybody up to speed on those who might just be coming in this afternoon, we've actually had quite a bit of a roller coaster run, despite what the timers on screen show you. For one thing, we started off immediately with 2 gloves in Blind's hideout. So we had immediate Titan's mitts, followed by Moon Pearl soon after in Sahasrah's closet. So we had practically instant Dark World access. To top that off, we got an early mushroom, which led to
Or Fire Rod.
Fire Rod.
Mushroom was in Ice Rod Cave, which led to Fire Rod, which so technically Fire Rod was in Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember what the chain was for Boots. Because Boots were an interesting chain, because Boots locked the Flute, which was our Death Mountain access, to Screw Attack and Ether, which Screw Attack was our only way we could get to Morph Ball.
Where were the boots again?
I'm trying to remember. They were in someplace where everybody got them. Hype Cave, that's right. Yeah, so Hype Cave...
required to go to Saha's closet to get your Pearl for Dark World access, so yeah.
Furthermore, with those boots, you can go route in King's Tomb and grab your hook shot. So runners were doing this all within like the first 30 minutes here. And Alsoa, I think, has also now just once again realized what's happened and is now going to fight Gold Torizo again. I think it's again, yeah, because I think Alsoa tried the first time, but took a KO before seeing the Morph Ball. And this Gold Torizo is being extremely uncooperative, actually.
Yeah.
Case in point. Down he goes again. And unfortunately, that is going to knock him back to the ship.
Arrows. It's Billy Mays. An hour and 41 minutes in, we finally see Billy Mays. Holy cow.
Well,
Nichols' bow, which will lead him to Pod, which will lead him to Gravity. I don't think he's going to check anything else. I think he's out.
Yeah, this actually is best case. It is best case scenario for a Maniacal that he found Bow first before Gravity Suit, because if it was not, anybody who finds Gravity Suit before Go Mode is most likely going to Meridia at this point. And unfortunately, after yet another KO to Gold Torizo, I'd like to try and be real specific to say Gold Torizo and not say GT, because there's 2 GTs in the game. It is really easy to get those 2 confused.
Maniacal totally noped out of Wreck Ship. He's done. He's out.
Yeah, he's realized later, bro. He might even try Suitless Meridia with only Ice Beam.
I think he's headed for the Criteria portal.
He looks like it. He's just waltzing right on by, but Ancient Gamer finds Wave Beam in Shaft Supers.
Interesting place. You know what we haven't seen either is Bomb Torizo or 230 missiles. Nobody went back to check those.
Yeah, I don't think Maniacal is gonna check him at this point. But yeah, let's see where Maniacal...
Or we're gonna pick up some potions first, and then go to 5?
He's got the cash for it, for sure.
Hope he doesn't spend too much cash. He needs 110 to get in there.
I don't think we heard you. Whoops.
Yeah, I can't get into Pod now.
Well, what he might just do is mirror in front of Kiki's neck of the woods, go do Eastern to see if any extra rupees drop there, then go to Pod. Because, yeah, he is short by a significant number.
He could do the rupee room in Eastern, too.
I think that actually might be what his plan is.
Maybe.
That'll be a good question, certainly, for the interview.
My biggest question for them is going to be, how about that Morph Ball?
Oh, for Maniacal, it's going to be it's great. But for everybody else, Maniacal does not seem to... Yeah, he totally forgot.
He's not getting it. He's like, oh no! Serious business. The Morph Ball was in the Golden Torizo room. No, but go. Good choice. Good choice.
That moment where it all went bad.
He's like, no crap! I just spent all my money.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, in all fairness, though, he's gonna have plenty of safety going through the rest of this game.
Yeah, he's good. He's got 2 blue potions, red mail, tempered sword, no silver arrows, and he's not gonna get them.
Nope, they are in Billy Mays, and they are out of the way.
Michael's essentially in go mode. I don't even know if he's gonna check the basement of Pod.
He might just for a couple of extra convenience items, because I'm sure while he could certainly be comfortable with Tempered Sword Silverless Ganon, I'm sure he would still like a few extra power-ups beforehand.
He's still gonna be short, I think.
That-
I don't know. He's gonna have just enough if he doesn't get hit with Kiki.
That, and the other thing is,
He just picked up 25 more, so he's good.
the other thing is he also needs, he still would probably like to see more missiles and maybe see Charge Beam show up, since it can now be in Ganon's tower. So he might be thinking it's there.
He never got around to doing the escape sequence, so I mean, I can't blame him. He's been spoon-fed this seed.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense why he would, if he would check Pod. I could see both ways right now, though. It looks like Ancient Gamer is going to Ice, which is good news for him. That's going to net him his mirror, which is actually going to be his go mode. So yeah, what was the end logic chain? It was Flippers and Cosine Room to Kane on Bridge Guy. Flippers also
Technically,
lets
we
you
don't
go to
even
Ice.
So
True. Kane so far doesn't appear to be required unless it's needed for GT. Flippers were your keys to Ice Palace, where you can go get your mirror, so that way you can open the front door to Swamp. Which, actually, Swamp didn't have anything important, did it?
nope.
You still
a
need
thing.
that anyway.
You need to do Swamp, but doesn't have anything of value at all. And Ye Old Fart Gamer is back in Gold. Oh no!
He is literally staring the super missiles right in the morph ball right in the face.
He can wiggle out of there.
He needs to wiggle out of there.
Ah, that sucks. I mean, at least it's
Ay.
a point, but that sucks.
I don't know if he saw the morph ball
He
either.
did.
I don't think he did.
He didn't see it.
Meanwhile, Ancient Gamer enters Link to the Past Go mode. Oh, this is going to... I shudder to imagine. I shudder to imagine the reaction of our lower screen runners once they finally see that morph ball.
Hempully, he did not save at all. When you cross transition from Link to the Past into Super Metroid, it saves your game automatically. So when you die, whatever game, and if you're in Super Metroid, and the last door you came through was a cross game portal like that, it takes you back to the ship. So at least he saved. He had everything. So.
Ancient Gamer, meanwhile, taking advantage of that Bombos medallion from Bomb Terizo, ironically, to use it through Ice Palace. And Alsoa is Alsoa versus Golden Terizo. Round 4, I want to say this is. It's either 3 or 4.
So he's not going to get his gravity suit.
Oh, he's going straight for Helmasaur King.
That's
oh boy,
gross.
So yeah, it looks like Maniacal is preparing here to do a suitless Meridia.
Luckily, Suitless Meridia is not going to be that far. He can take the Dark World portal at the Dark Ice Rod Cave to get right near Dragon, but it's still not a fun place to be without gravity.
Yeah, and he could do a gravity jump to get out for sure.
And not without
no,
gravity.
No gravity suit. He's gonna have to do grapple jumps. Or does he have spring ball?
Yes.
He could spring ball jump his way out. It'd be annoying, but he could. Oh, we've got simultaneous Golden Torizo fights down the on the bottom of your screen here. And yeah, Screw Attack is the only way to take out those blocks. I don't know if... And there's the Morph Ball.
He's so mad. He's about to die here, too.
Yeah, this is kind of a sticky situation here.
Meanwhile, this is one of the most horrendous Morph Ball locations I've seen ever.
Yeah, this is definitely the worst I've seen. Yeah, Yolfart Gamer is like literally hanging tight by the seat of his suit here.
Yeah, very, very, very carefully. Michael down his 7th crystal. So you know what time that is, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to play our guessing game of Ganon's Tower. There are 22 locations in Ganon's Tower where the big key can be nestled in. 21 chests and a torch. Put your guesses in chat, and we will call out your name if you win.
We put an S in parentheses in case more than one person guessed it. But yeah, so with... this is actually pretty crazy. A 152-ish GT is pretty crazy. Meanwhile, Alsoa versus...
kinds of GT at 152.
Yeah, that's very true. But yeah, this is Alsoa versus Golden Torizo, round 4. Fight!
If you just get that God Pixel, it's so much easier.
Yeah, Alsoa's been having a lot of trouble with that, and he just popped into his reserve, so yeah, this is not going to go well.
You can only run for so long before he's going to get you.
And Screw Attack, for some reason, doesn't work on those golden puffballs. What makes this even worse is that every single time these two runners take a death, they have to go all the way back.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
There's like no convenient spot to finish this. Oh! Alsoa just barely escaping with his life. Is going to get the health drops. Finally going to climb up to that Morph Ball. We sincerely hope he does not soft lock here.
Without having space jump, that's not going to be an easy thing to do.
Oh.
Still, it was Couch Cash.
Okay, move along, which is exactly what Maniacal is doing. Oh, you beat me to it.
I had it ready to go. Wow, that's double lined now. All right, room number 1, missiles. Number 2, 5 arrows. Mirror, left side.
Yeah, at this point, the one thing Maniacal, I think, is really looking for is extra supers or charge beam, which we know is not in here, but otherwise supers. And there is the big key on the torch.
Oh my goodness, it is a double boots lock seed, number 3.
Which means we have several guesses for 3 today.
Hempoli, Iris Isothesis.
And
Reversed.
yeah, I think those are our. That's actually ironic. We had 3 correct guesses for guess number 3.
That's so weird. Oh my. Oh my. Boot was. Jeez. This seed, man. This seed. This is lunacy.
I have a question. Is it possible? Can you even get? Because I just noticed also I hit the ceiling of the gold Teresa room with screw attack active, but didn't break the blocks. Do you need space jump to be able to pick this up?
I have no idea.
Because yeah, I saw also hit the ceiling, but I guess maybe it might have just been that one magic moment right before screw attack actually kicks in.
I think having a space jump would make it a lot easier.
Because yeah, if you wall jump, you have to break out of your screw attack briefly. Yeah, because he's hitting the ceiling clearly, but it's not working.
I think Yield Fart Gamer finally beat Golden Chorizo and is now getting his Morph Ball. And he is outie.
Ay, and yeah, he's frustrated, ladies and gentlemen.
And Maniacal's making short work of the gauntlet.
Yeah, even without silver arrows, Tempered Sword makes this fairly trivial. I wouldn't call it a cakewalk per se. That's what silvers are for. But Tempered definitely helps. Tempered 13 heart red male.
It's definitely not a bad climb.
Now, you know what's even crazier about all this? I don't know if any of our other runners in the community are having the same Morph Ball trouble. I imagine someone else might be. We have not seen a single forfeit in the in my participant list so far.
Yeah, me neither. It's quite impressive. They're... I mean... Dang. That's some tenacity.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely see a not much longer than 2-hour seed, most likely from Maniacal, finish from Maniacal, depending on how efficient he ends up working with on Suitless Meridia.
Yeah, I don't know how long that's going to take. It's only a couple of rooms without gravity, so it's not terrible. And there's Bombos on the Bomb Terizo. That's convenient.
Yeah, Ancient Gamer picked that up as well before going to pod, I want to say. But yeah, that is a pretty funny Terizo.
It's the Bombos Terizo today.
Yeah, it's a useless Terizo for one thing, too, because we already have Fire Rod, and Bombos isn't a required medallion. Actually, our pendant dungeons were completely skippable today, I believe.
Yep, of course they were.
Turtle Rock was completely unnecessary, Meyer was completely unnecessary, and Thieves Town didn't do us any favors either, so...
Provided a distraction, and that's about it. There's the best meringue in the top of Ganda's Tower. Finally, we see our red meringue. Brown, it's possible that the Morph Ball bombs are on Bombo's tablet, but we will never know.
That would be pretty funny if they are. I do believe, I think 2 of our runners have the book. I think actually Maniacal and Ancient Gamer both have the book, and they're in Link to the Past Go mode already, so... Because the book was in Rex Ship, correct? Yes, it was. Spiky Room of Death. So yeah, they're the only 2 that have the book, and so yeah, we're not seeing Bombo's tablet from them.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Agonometry 101. Agon's playing difficult to hit. Jeez, dude, really?
Yeah, these are some really unfavorable clone positions. So that's going to be a 2-1-0-2-1.
That's pretty rough. His teleports were trash.
Let's hope Ganon's are better.
I think Ye Old Fart's still angry.
Yeah, I mean, you hate to see a 2-hour morph ball. You really do.
Well, so is in Ice Palace. Fake Flipper to Ice. Again? They've been here before.
Join me, hero, and I will make your face the greatest in the Dark World, or else you will die.
Oh, Ganon. You never get old, do you?
Yeah, that's pretty much like my favorite, quote next to "Hear the words of Olir, last sentinel of the fortress temple, may they serve you well."
Yeah, that's a good one. So with Temper Sword, it's 12 slashes per phase for the first two, then 4 for the second, and then we need 12 spins to kill Ganon without silvers.
Yeah, and Maniacal's still doing pretty solid on defense. He's got 8.5 hearts, so that is enough for 2 Ganon hugs.
He's also got 2 blue potions and half magic, so even if he misses the torch glitch, he's going to be okay.
And yeah, actually, with the GT Big Key on the torch, Cane of Samaria wasn't required either today.
Nope.
So pretty much all, besides Fire Rod, all the Total Rock items were completely trash. The Total Rock requirements.
Indeed. Oh no, Ye Old Fart Gamer fell down the wrong side.
Oof.
Oh, and he fell all the way through. That's unfortunate. And there's the torch glitch for Maniacal. 1 hit. 2 hits. Ah.
Yeah, it looks like Alsoa is trying the...
Nikes, he almost fell.
Alsoa is, I think, trying to do the Icebreaker glitch. But I don't think it's working out.
I think that's 6 hits. Could be
He's
8.
definitely about halfway done, if not more so.
I stopped counting. I was looking at the Alsoa's attempts at Icebreaker.
Ye Old Fart Gamer getting his load from Bombos Torizo.
And down goes Ganon. Everybody get your single G's in chat for Maniacal.
Assuming we don't have a 1x3 bridge disaster here, all that is left on Maniacal's to-do list is to Suitless Meridia run to, partial Suitless Meridia at least, run to Dragon, take him out, and go defeat Mother Brain. Without charge beam, I might add.
Yes.
I'm wondering if Ancient Gamer might think the same thing, or if he elects to full clear pod, or at least check extra items in pod. We'll see if Ancient Gamer decides to do that, so that way he ends up with Gravity Suit.
This is going to be a very unpleasant. So at least Meridia is only a short distance traveled suit this year, and we don't have to do the whole thing. But it's still going to be a very unfortunate trip because we don't have high jump, and that drastically slows down progress.
Yeah, we've actually, besides Space Jump, we really haven't been given a lot in the way of non-horizontal movement. I really should have just said vertical, but you get the idea.
Yes. And he's got 40 missiles or 40 supers and 120 regulars, so he's got quite a bit of ammunition.
So yeah, that's 40. Actually, that's the equivalent of 40 supers. So he's got the equivalent of 80 supers. So he is definitely safer now. And Yield Fart Gamer's doing the gauntlet again, but this time actually can morph.
He really wants that spacer beam. He keeps trying for it.
Yeah, this has got to be his like third try at least.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, this Suitless Meridia is not in logic for normal logic difficulty seeds. This is just Maniacal showing off at this point.
Yeah, he just really wants to get this seed done and over with. And to be fair, diverting at this point for Gravity Suit. Actually, would it have been faster at this point if you were in pod, knowing where Gravity Suit is?
I think it would have been faster, yeah. I think it would have been faster.
I think so too, yeah.
It wasn't that far out of the way.
Oh no!
Oh my god. Poor gamer. He's gonna be so tired of this room.
Oh, an Ancient Gamer successfully performed Diver Down in the back of Swamp Palace.
I admire their tenacity. They keep trying. They keep trying. And that's just a terrible feeling to fall right past the item you want to get.
Oh, I know the feeling.
Oh, I've been there. I've been there more times than I care to admit.
When you take the wrong pathway in Central Area Transport West.
Yeah. You fall right past the item, you're like, no!
Oh, apparently, and yeah, Maniacal just picked up, Morph Ball Bombs right in front of Dragon's room. Which, can those help him get out too, or does that not work?
That doesn't work underwater.
Never mind.
He's gonna have to do some hook shot, spring ball jump shenanigans.
Looks like he is preparing for the electrical fryer method.
That's the only real way to do it here.
Yeah.
Now, this to be noted, you need 3 minimum tanks for Mother Brain with both suits. Without gravity, you're going to need significantly more.
Yeah, although Maniacal has 8 energy tanks with at least 1 or 2 reserves, so I don't think Maniacal has to be too concerned health-wise. Alright, so Yield Fart Gamer has finally gotten Spazer and is letting the rest of the world know about it.
And down goes Dragon.
I'm going to laugh if this is high jump boots.
You presume he's even going to check. No, he isn't going to check. Well, okay. If it is, though, I'm going to... Nope. Just
nope. You know something? All of our remaining movement items are probably just chilling in GT at this point.
Yeah, we didn't get to explore it at all.
Yeah, we got to check the 4 chests on the 4 chests past the torch, but that was about it.
And I just lost the restream. Give me a second.
All right, so Yield Fart Gamer is going to... I think he's doing the rest of the Brinstar checks at this point. Oh, Maniacal was a little bit too far to the right there. You can't...
This is not easy, but this is amusing to watch.
Can't take too much longer with this, because this is also sapping away his health.
He can Crystal Flash, though.
That is true. He does have 1 Crystal Flash.
I don't understand how that works, but it does. I don't get that at all. It just doesn't make sense. Oh my god, is that a Spore Spawn?
This is something you don't typically see in the combo randomizer.
What? So Spore Spawn is skippable with Morph Ball and Supers, which we have plenty of. And Morph Ball cannot be behind Spore Spawn, because that would be going into a soft lock without it.
Do
and
we
the game does not put items. What's up?
Do we even know what's back here? I think we do.
It's a reserve tank.
Okay, so actually that should if that's what it is, then oh no, wait, Floating Island was a reserve tank and nobody's gotten that. So yeah, I think that's it for our known reserves. So I think we only have 2 known reserves. So yeah, I think Maniacal's sitting at 1 reserve right now. Which I think he's about to burn. Yep. Yeah, this trick is not easy. And I think he's actually going to intentionally lower his health for a Crystal Flash now.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That gives you a bunch more chances.
The old fart gamer is just staring at that hammer right now.
Yo, Fart Gamer is not happy. And also discovering that Sports Spawn does not have the answer. At this point, getting Gravity Suit would definitely have been faster.
It would have been a lot faster. This is actually giving Ancient Gamer some time to catch up here. If Maniacal really starts struggling with this suitless Meridia.
Up, up, up! Oh, so close!
As is said in Get Smart, missed it by that much.
Is this the time? No, that's not the time. Yeah, it gives Ancient Gamer time to catch up, but he still has to do 3 crystal dungeons. So, and Lower Norfair. So he's not. I mean, this is Maniacal's race to lose right now.
It is.
If he dies here, then that's huge. But
it's not the worst thing in the world if he does take a KO here, because at the very least his game did save after GT.
Yes.
Or after Get.
Luckily, he won't have to do that again. And he's out.
Yeah. We'll see where he decides to go next.
Where's he gonna go? What's he gonna do?
Oh, he safety saved, apparently. I didn't even catch that.
I mean, at this point, you don't leave and come back. You have to stay down here and kill him and find a way.
And I think this would have just been a lot easier if we could just figure out where the heck those high jump boots were chilling at.
What is he doing now?
He's intentionally lowering his health for another Crystal Flash. I think. Oh, he might be setting up for a blue suit.
Is that doable without gravity?
I don't know if it's possible, but...
He needs to empty his reserves.
Okay.
Well, there it goes.
Yeah.
That's not interesting.
Yeah, let's see how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm very curious to see what we can get here.
I have no idea if that worked.
I don't think so either. Because I don't know if the Crystal Flash was finished or not.
We'll soon find out. Yep, it worked.
Nicely done.
Very well done. Very well. Pulling out the interesting tech.
he's just gonna casually moonwalk out of the room.
he's just flashy. He's being flashy now.
Yeah,
he's not trying to moonwalk out of the room. He's trying to set up an X-ray climb.
Ah, okay. Even still, that is pretty swag.
X-ray climbing is definitely swag, and is not logical ever in the SMZ3 logic, hard or normal.
All right. Gamer's in the pod dark maze. He is full clearing the dungeon by the looks of it, so he will be getting that gravity suit soon.
If he hasn't already. I don't know if he's been over that side of here or not. I wasn't watching. Oh, he did. He hammer yumped. He hammer yumped over here, so no, he hasn't been over there yet. Yes, indeed, Shin Wolford. He does have more spring ball. That's how he initially got over here. And there's a gravity suit. So Ancient Gamer is officially in go mode at 2:15:34. High jump would be great, yeah, but we don't have a high jump boots, so we don't have any idea where they are. Probably somewhere in Gannis Tower, as Captain MD said earlier, but we don't know.
All right, so Alsoa has finished checking Ice Palace, but has stopped at the title screen. So in case any of you didn't get a plot synopsis of what happens in this randomizer, there you go.
And here goes Maniacal. Up and up. And this is going to take a while, but it works. And up. He's going to basically, he's going to clip through the ceiling. The camera's going to stay here. He's going to come up through the floor and then go through the door, and he'll be in the room above us.
What's the tune to play while this is happening?
The Jeopardy theme would be perfect.
Same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
We need to get out of our heads. You and I think alike way too often.
We do. You're not wrong there.
And here he comes, up through the floor.
All right, so it looks like after some indecision, Alsoa has reset to Super Metroid.
And Maniacal is still going. I don't know how far we have to go. I don't know much about this tech, so
I think it's actually right about to the top of the ceiling again here. Maybe a tad bit more. It's not much further. That much I know for sure. It should be around to the door. Yeah, we just gotta wait for the camera to catch up, and there he goes.
Boom, there it is. And he's out.
Now it just needs to pretty much get out of Meridia, and I imagine what he'll do is take the cross-game portal and warp soft reset to the
reset. Absolutely, I would say. I mean, it's a soft reset too, because you can just do the LR start and select now. They've added that feature in.
Ah. Oh yeah, that's a version 11 change.
Yeah, the version 11 allows you to just hold down the left, right, start, and select buttons like you would on old consoles or old games like the Game Boy to reset the system and bring you back to the main screen, rather than having to hit the reset button on your emulator or hardware, depending on what you're using.
All right, Ye Old Fart Gamer is on his way to Billy Mays. We'll get rewarded with those silver arrows.
Reverse, that is not an easy tech to learn, nor is it very practical for the SMZ3 world. Okay, part of what I said is true. Iris knows. Iris is a master of SM. And Maniacal's out. He's going to be a quick reset and off to fight Mother Brain.
Yeah, really, I got to give all of our runners points for tenacity this afternoon because they've done some pretty non-normal like stuff considering what we have seen in the seed today. So if you have not already, please give our runners a follow because they have put on a fantastic show for you this afternoon. And let's also shout out Iris Isothesis, our tracker this afternoon, who has done an amazing job pressing the buttons, keeping everybody informed despite the technical hiccups we've been having this afternoon.
Anybody who can solo track Forerunner is a god or goddess, in my opinion.
And yeah, also is about to get Space Jump. Yeah.
That's Morph Ball for them, hopefully.
Now, Alsoa, I think, did defeat Gold Terizo already. So all he has to do is get back over there via the Lower Norfair portal.
And Maniacal has entered the GI tract of Zebus, otherwise known as Torian.
You know, it kind of does sound like that.
Yeah, it's a lot of bubbling and gaseous exchange and just loopiness, and yeah, it's not fun. Sounds like a day after Taco Bell, you know?
I wouldn't know, to be perfectly honest with you.
And Ancient Gamer just got a follow, so you get to see Samus dance on his screen.
I wish we could. We're getting to the point where we can almost start really messing with sprites to the way we could start getting Samus to start dancing.
I look forward to more custom sprites available in the crossover rando, because I mean they have a good selection, but they need more.
Yeah, I'm not talking just like custom sprites. I'm like talking custom like full-blown animations, so that we could like do a dance emote.
I want custom suits in the Prime randos.
That would be phenomenal.
You get like the Phazon suit in Echoes. Oh yeah.
Or the Hyper Metroid suits, for example.
Or Corruption. And there's a whole lot of them.
True.
I mean, they can do the fusion suit, so I know the rest of them are doable.
And Maniacal not even bothering going for Baby Skip doesn't really help without high jump boots anyway, or Wave Beam for that matter.
Or Wave Beam, yeah. So it's yeah. That was the right decision to make there.
Remember to face right though.
Of course, you're gonna save them extra 22 frames or whatever.
Something like that. But yeah, I would say Maniacal's ammo
also is finally back here. Gonna claim their Morph Ball. Oh no!
Oh jeez!
Come on, game!
Wiggle out. Wiggle it out. Come on, you could do it.
Come on, game! Why you do this?
That is one of the biggest disadvantages to putting the Morph Ball right there, is that it's right next to so many spots where you could easily soft lock.
My controller would have been thrown through my window at this point, for sure.
Thrown to your window? I'm pretty sure it'd be in the neighbor's backyard.
Which is right through my window.
For the majority of these runners. And if that were me, I'd have that thing in the next state.
It'd be smashed. It'd be hammered. Yeah, I would definitely destroy it. I'd run it over with my truck, back up, and do it again.
And in Alsoa's case, he doesn't even have the hammer, so he can't hammer his controller.
Here we are on Mother Brain 1. The glass is broken, and the missiles are being pumped into the brain. I sure hope he's got enough ammo.
Let's see. 38 missiles means supers means he needs...
He needs 22 missiles.
The equivalent of 22 supers. So multiply that by 366.
He's got
12 missiles over.
Yeah, that's...
Tight, but workable.
Hurt. I missed one. Maniacal's a good runner. He'll be fine here.
Yeah, I don't think he took any. Oh my goodness.
Oh my
Still stuck.
god.
This
Poor
is why.
Alsoa.
This is why the
This
screw
seed
attack needs
sucks.
to be 3 tiles large.
This seed sucks.
Specifically, the morph ball placement sucks.
Maniacal's damaging down without gravity.
I think the reserves are going to kick in.
Oh wow!
Never
Okay, so he
mind.
knew. That's impressive. I didn't think that was going to do that, but okay. Morph Ball is in Gold Chorizo, right where Alsoa is trying to get it. Alsoa is like right there, 1 block away from getting their Morph Ball. By far, the trolliest location for Morph Ball I have ever seen. Especially considering if you fail getting it, you have to reset and come back. I mean, at least I have Flute and can get here easily, but...
Not to mention, you have to make an extra detour to Old Mother Brain to get Space Jump, I think. Because I don't think with a wall jump you can get up there. Because I think because of the time it takes you to reactivate Screw Attack after a non-Space Jump wall jump, I think it's too long and you bonk on the ceiling.
Yes. Do not land on the ledge until all the blocks are destroyed. No! No! Not again! This is where I just go, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only is there a challenge here, but also took at least 4 rounds on Gold Chorizo as well. So this is just a painful morph ball.
This is a seed that you never forget. If you're the bottom 2 runners anyway. Maniacal, this seed was basically a cakewalk for him.
Yeah, I mean, Ye Olde Fart Gamer, by the way, we're seeing the Kraid DLC. Ye Olde Fart Gamer is now just getting to Kraid, or just defeating Kraid, as Maniacal is now about to nope out of Torian. We might even see a sub 230 from him.
Oh yeah, he's definitely getting out of here in less than 2.5 minutes. He'll be out in about 1.5 minutes, so... And he won't save the animals. Nobody ever does.
Yeah, I know a couple of runners who will go grab him. I think 64-bit Link likes to save the animals.
I do, and I sometimes die trying to save them, because I'm not that great at the escape.
Oh my. Alright, meanwhile...
Come on, Alsoa. Come on, Alsoa. Get it. I'm rooting for you. Be very careful. Like, no.
Working it gradually. Really just needs to break that lower block and he's good. Because now there's enough breathing room here. Oh, just barely squeezed it out.
Finally, thank you. Oh, that's gonna feel good.
Please go. Please go cross through the portal.
Yeah, get out. Get out.
Just before Maniacal gets to the ship, no less. Malsoa. The cross-game portal and the save is below you. You might be going to save
Ladies and gentlemen, get your GGs in chat for Maniacal, who has finished in first place on the restream and second place overall with an official SRL time of 02:28:49. He was beaten by Aussie 101 with an SR, who came in first place with an official SRL time of 2:25:47.
Wow, so just over 3 minutes separating our top 2 runners, ladies and gentlemen.
I wonder if Aussie got gravity. That 3 minutes was definitely a second kill of Dragon right there.
Definitely was. We will see if we can try and get Maniacal in the booth for an interview. And I'm looking forward to this one because, yeah, we've got a lot to talk about here.
Yeah, you're telling me. We have also just received our first forfeit from R. CalArc 12.
But yeah, that was definitely, it was a surprisingly fast seed, all things considering. But definitely one, nonetheless, one we're definitely going to remember for a long time.
Aussie saying in chat he had gravity before Varia or Morph Ball.
I could totally believe that because Variasuit was in was the one item in before high jump boots, right?
Yes, it was in the Morph Ball list location in high jump.
So yeah, it is entirely possible you could have gotten that before going to pod. Because yeah, the hammer wasn't Varia locked, was it? No, it was in Brinstar.
Morph Ball locked.
And the bow was in Rex Ship. So yeah, you totally could have totally could have done that. We do.
GG to you, Aussie.
Yeah. So Aussie's saying he nearly last location Varia. Well, Aussie, let me put it to you this way. Ye Old Fart Gamer and Alsoa have had their morph balls for less than an hour, and in Alsoa's case, less than 10 minutes.
Did you die to go to Triozo trying to get your morph ball? you and everybody else. It's a terrible place for the morph ball. Terrible place.
Yeah, the worst I was saying earlier in the restream, the worst I've seen was on the Golden Torizo Screw Attack pedestal itself, but today it just went a step beyond.
Quite literally a step beyond.
And of course, that one step is actually more like up the whole flight of stairs.
Dude, I think Ancient Gamer's got a double, triple.
I can check the playback on that, but I don't think so. I think it was actually a double, single, triple.
We got a triple.
Oh no, it was a 1, 2, 3.
Okay, that's still a nice triple to finish it off.
Yeah. We're still waiting. Oh, we're still waiting to see if Maniacal will join us. We do see him in the Discord. We're hoping he joins us up here in just a moment.
Probably had to go scream to the heavens about how bad this seed was before he came in.
Well, in Maniacal's defense, this wasn't really a bad seed from his perspective. Besides the end of, besides
Gravity,
the end.
Super Meridia, yeah. Morph Ball into Ridley first was nice. How about that big key location in Ganis Tower?
Yep, the rare big key on the torch.
And we are joined by Maniacal here in the booth. GG's Maniacal. Maybe.
Hey, sorry, Discord was on the right source, but apparently it needed me to select it again before I could hear anything. How's it going?
Good. GG's.
So
hey,
we have many questions for you, starting with, would you like to know where Gravity Suit was?
Don't particularly care. Did we find high jump boots anywhere?
No.
Nope.
Okay, so where's Gravity?
Pod basement.
Ain't that a thing? That's pretty funny.
You were close, but you walked right past.
Yeah.
Not that we blame you. I mean, you were in
No.
your mode at that point, so you didn't care.
Yeah, this was just a golden seed. This was a real rare one. I tried to push it pretty hard, and just lost 6 minutes on that Dragon escape, which cost me the 222.
It happens to everybody.
I'd never attempted grapple exit without high jump boots. I knew that the spring ball jumps were going to be, or the grapple jumps were going to be fairly tight. And it's clear that you can do them. I just messed it up about 8 times, and then I was like, I'm just going to flash suit out. It kind of sucks. I thought it would be faster to go for the grapple jumps. I thought the window would be wider than it apparently is. But I really liked my route. I liked my decisions to chase things. Obviously, it paid off with Morph at like 37 minutes or whatever.
Oh boy. So let's just say there has been a pretty wide variance in the acquisition times of Morph Ball for everybody on screen.
Yeah, I figured I was probably first to Morph. I probably was at Morph ahead of Aussie. I bet I beat Aussie to Morph by about 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah, Aussie in the chat was telling us that his near last location was actually Variasuit, because to be fair, that could have easily been passed over given that it wasn't required for too many things except behind the flippers behind Croc.
Yeah, I mean...
And Speed Booster, but it technically wasn't required?
I mean, it was required to go to where Morph was. So you weren't getting too far without it. But I guess if you wanted to use Screw Attack without Varia to break into GT for Morph, like, that's a heck of a fight on 4 tanks. Like, you're not going to actually get through that with the ammo that we had available. So Morph was pretty hard-gated behind Varia in this one.
Yeah, because taking constant damage from the environment and fighting GT with low health is not exactly a wonderful thing to try.
Yeah, so I suspect Aussie last location Varia basically in logic. I felt obviously very good about finding Varia when and where I did, and making the chases, like using the hook shot to get Dark Death Mountain as soon as I was able, because we knew where Flute was, rushing Hype Cave rather than getting baited Independent Thieves. There were a lot of things that I really liked about how I routed this one.
Like your fake flipper into Ice Palace to get your mirror?
Yeah, I really liked that. That was a strong play, because I'd already broken Kane behind flippers, and then breaking Kane and mirror behind flippers really was very telling about where things could and couldn't be. And then lower Norfair speed opening the biggest trove of items at Croc, paying off with those flippers, was really exciting for me. And I knew there were 2 things behind speed already. And so I didn't want to chase speed super, super hard, but I did want to go and then use that mirror and the leverage of mirror and the sphere behind flips to get to Swamp. And ultimately it only bailed me out with the Ice Beam, which was nice to have. But I could have very easily done without. Like, I think it's a faster seed if I just go mode Swamp and then don't do Pyramid, obviously, but just never get Ice, and then just power bomb the Metroids, use missiles through all of Torian, and then missile refill.
All right, so before we continue, a couple things here. Alsoa took a KO to Ridley and is back at the ship, which means he didn't save after Morph Ball ?
Either that or he Mire portaled.
He didn't.
No, he didn't go to the Mire portal. He went straight to Ridley.
Yeah, this is one of those seeds that could be really rough for some players, I think. But for players with experience in this game, I think it was a pretty great seed. Yeah,
so
I'm curious as to what Yo Card Gamer is doing, though. He's going to get the Showcase Showdown on him. Why? We know what it is.
It's 10 sticks.
I was really tight on arrows, let's be fair. So, maybe you just gotta manage them.
Yeah, actually, the seed was basically saying if you do all your Sphere Zero checks and then follow the items you get from Sphere Zero, you're golden, because silvers were in Billy May's room and Charge Beam was actually in Zelda's cell.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
We never found Plasma. We never found High Jump.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming they're both in Gannis Tower or independent dungeons that we didn't check.
Yeah, Meyer and Total, all three pendant dungeons ended up being completely useless today.
Yeah, I didn't set foot in any of them. That
Mossy's
Quake
saying Main
medallion was
Street Missiles was where High Jump was. So
Main
Oh,
Street.
so they were
Okay,
in
cool.
Meridia. Okay.
So did Aussie find gravity then? Did he say in
Yes.
chat whether he found
he
gravity?
said he found gravity before he found Varia and Morph Ball.
Okay, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. It was a cool seed from that regard. Like you could do it a bunch of different ways, but it was pretty cozy. I really enjoyed this one. Absolutely should have PB'd, should have been able to take this one down, but just experimental Dre that I hadn't tried before, not going very well, was where it went off the rails.
Yeah, at least you tried it. You can't feel bad about that.
It gave you the podium today too.
Yeah, sad it cost me this one against Aussie. I mean, not first is basically last in these weeklies. You're really trying to practice and get some good races in and compete against, all the good players who show up for these weeklies. The fields are pretty deep and pretty strong, so it's good to get second. Good to know exactly where I lost it, just in the sense that there was a huge glaring time loss late in the run where I was doing something that I wasn't familiar with, and you lose because
when
you're
I
an
saw
idiot.
his time pop up in the SRL, I was like, "Ooh, that Dragon is what just finished that one."
Yeah, I mean, as soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep, that's Dragon."
Very good with the blue suit on the second try, though. That was very well done, very well executed.
Well, I never went for the blue suit. I just used the flash suit because I didn't feel like converting it.
Fair enough.
Because I'm actually pretty bad at converting it. I usually end up like goop sparking. I'm pretty bad at actual RBO Dre.
I thought that was actually the same thing. I didn't know they were two separate texts. So
no, the flash suit you actually can't like neutral jump with. There's a bunch of stuff you can't do with flash suit. Like you can grapple escape with flash suit, which would be in RBO, but every jump would have to be a spin jump, because otherwise your neutral jump out of grapple jump is going to initiate the spark. And so that's why people turn the flash suit into the blue suit. Because the blue suit, you can actually do that grapple jump very easily. Unless you're me or don't have high jump boots.
Well, I mean, that's not an easy thing to do anyway. I mean, for runners of your caliber, yeah, that's something you guys do every day. But for me, that's miraculous tech because I can't do that.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool to find myself in that room with a loadout that I've not experienced before. I love how this game, I have 180 races just on this set of splits, let alone like multi-world and co-op and key sanity, like all the other modes and stuff, and the ones that I just never timed out. But like the fact that 180 races in, I'm still seeing brand new loadouts for rooms that I've not experienced in this randomizer, and obviously in any other randomizer, just because you couldn't get to that room with that sort of loadout. I love it. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, I am really looking forward to when key sanity gets implemented for SMZ3. The framework is currently in place with version 11, and I think there have been some beta tests going on. Yeah,
I've been doing some of the beta seeds. They're crazy and they're a blast, and there's so much unconventional routing that comes up. You're assuming that things don't change that much. You're going to see a lot more Forgotten Highway. You're going to see a lot more, or a little bit more Spore Spawn. You're going to see some more crazy Upper Norfair routes come up.
It's actually
there's some real nutty corner case stuff that shows up in the key sanity, and I think it's going to be really, really fun.
It's actually funny you say that, because we actually did see Spore Spawn.
Oh man, someone was looking
trying to do
Morph for...
Yeah, they were looking for Morph. Not knowing
I figured that. I thought that Morph location might stump a few people. It's one of the more corner case, like esoteric morph locations you can end up in with this one. So if you aren't aware of it or have never seen it before, it could really get you good.
Well, the problem
I
really
felt like
wasn't...
the items screamed go there, and so I went there pretty much right away.
It did,
But
yeah, because the early mitts and the easy flu did pretty much say, "Hey, check the screw attack neighborhood and check Meyer Shed." You're absolutely right, but the problem really wasn't getting to the neighborhood. The real problem was defeating Gold Terizo and getting the item without Morph Ball.
yeah, exactly. It's a matter of knowing that location is a thing. Like the seed can scream at you all day, but if it's screaming a language you don't speak, you don't respond. And so, there's that part of it, like the fact that even if it signals you, you might not know that it's signaling you. And then the other part of it is, of course, that was not the coziest of fights if you have trouble with the GT fight.
Definitely. You had not exactly a good amount of ammo to get in there.
Yeah, I think I was in there with like 65, 20, 15 or something like that.
On that line,
Where
you didn't have a
where
lot
it
of...
was really the 20 was the important part, and it takes 29 supers to kill if done right, including the 5 that GT's going to grab in that fight. Because you get 1 grabbed, you hit with 4. Same thing again, 2 more times.
And ye old fart gamer is about to be soft locked.
Oh, then 1.
Oh, that was close.
That could have been so bad. Because, yeah, what happened was he crystal flashed to restore his health before the, I guess he was struggling to try and get around the Three Stooges or something. And yeah, he ran his power bomb count dry in doing so. I think he just realized that too and reset.
All right, Ancient Gamer is finished with Ridley. He just reset back to the ship. He's on his way to Mother Brain.
Yeah, we have had another finisher in the past, actually quite some time ago. A0 finished in 3rd place with an official SRL time of 2:35:04, so about 12 minutes ago, actually.
I didn't want to say anything until the next person finished, and I also didn't want to interrupt Maniacals in his teachings and his opinions of the seed.
Yeah, I don't have too much more to share, but yeah, GG to Ace Zero. Good time for short. 2:35. I mean, any sub 3 is always pretty solid. It feels like we're seeing a lot of those lately. I don't know if it's a V11 thing, if it's a people getting better thing. I think it's probably a confluence of the two of those. But we're becoming sort of numb to all these sub 3s that everyone's putting up, especially with the tournament going on. But like, that's still a monster time. I feel like, anytime you put up a sub 3, that's really a top tier time in most of these seeds. It's definitely a good thing starting out. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else too much more to say about this one. I mean, those early gloves and then being kind of late to my Moon Pearl and not immediately chasing to Dark World was kind of bad, but I guess, I missed out on, Silvers and Charge Beam by not doing even more chasing. But, I'm not going to freak out about that. It would have been nice to have Silvers. They would have saved some time in a few spots. But yeah, I was really happy with the route, really happy with especially the early game chasing, and then my division between spending time in Super Metroid going down logic when there was a lot of stuff that opened up because of Morph and the loadout that you had to get Morph, against getting back over and Dueling to Past and managing the crystal completion. I felt like I struck a really good balance with this one, and did kind of end up swinging for the fences a little bit. Bow was the thing that really got in the way of like this being a world record type of seed for me, at least. And then that Dragon execution ultimately was the thing that cost me the race. But
I think
it was
he
still fun.
soft locked again. He doesn't have Does charge phaser work on these pirates?
Regular appears to be working, actually.
Should work.
What? I didn't know that.
Yep. It'll kill the metal pirates. It'll kill the red key hunters.
Your attack can kill red key hunters anyway, so.
That's true, and you definitely have screw attack in this seed. So
it was required.
Exactly.
And I think space jump. You had to use space jump too to get morph ball, because I don't think if you wall jump, you have enough frames to reignite the screw attack again after the wall jump. Because Alsoa rather was trying it as well, and he didn't get screw attack right away, or space jump rather right away, and he couldn't. He kept bonking on the ceiling.
You can do it. It's fairly tight. I've actually gotten morph with that loadout before. I'm 99% sure it's doable, because I'm pretty sure I remember doing that and then finding space jump like right after at checkerboard or something dumb.
I think having high jump would make it a big difference too.
I think high jump actually makes it tougher.
Yeah, because it gives you even less time after the wall jump. Because I think the high jump doesn't get you up to the ceiling in time. You need to get an extra boost either way.
Like, I guess you end up running a different strat entirely. Never mind. High jump would make it easier, but you just approach it differently.
Oh, so another thing that was kind of funny is you didn't pick it up, but Bombos was on Bomb Torizo. So we have a Bombos Torizo tonight.
Yeah, I'm glad I don't know. Actually, it might have been nice to have Bombos for Ice Palace. Then I wouldn't have been priced into using a blue potion there, but I didn't really mind. I kind of that was the other thing, was I completely forgot I had to pay to get into pod. That was a pretty good laugher.
Some good comedy for the folks at home.
That was awesome when you walk up at the front door and Kiki's like, good luck getting in. You're
Scrub.
like, no!
I was like, well, there's a rupee room in Eastern. Let's get some rupee drops.
We had honestly thought you were thinking of that preemptively before going to pod, and you were just going to mirror like at the Hospitalist Hut, for example, but not quite exactly what I predicted.
Yeah, I just straight forgot that Kiki was going to try and scam me, so that was pretty funny. It ultimately didn't cost me all that much time. So I didn't feel too bad about it, but I did get a chuckle out of it. I was like, man, that's going to cost me like 30-ish seconds, maybe 40 seconds.
Yeah, it helps that your last key for that neck of the woods was bow rather than hammer or lamp.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it was bow for go mode was big for me.
We maybe see.
I actually got fairly lucky with bow.
Charge ice phaser wave. That's not terrible damage. It's not great, but it's not terrible.
300 a shot.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not insignificant, because Mother Brain has like, what is it, 39,000 HP in Phase 3.
Mother Brain 3 has 36,000, but you have Hyper Beam for Phase 3. For Phase 2, it's 18,000.
Oh,
so same as Ridley, and so that's why it's 60 shots for New Route.
Yeah, every 10 charge shots is going to be 3 less hyper shots, so I could see this still being useful.
If you don't
stand up with that can save something like 7 to 8 seconds, but you really need to be sure that Baby eats every onion ring, or you're probably going to end up losing time. Like, every onion ring that Baby doesn't eat is at least every first, fifth, and so on, like 1 plus n times 4th onion ring that Baby fails to eat costs you an entire cycle of Mother Brain's attack. And so if you don't manage Baby well during that, then you're going to lose time instead of gain it.
I'm also really glad that I got to recite CDI Ganon today.
But yeah, that's about all I got to say about this one. Thanks for having me into chat. Thank you for the commentary and the restream. Hopefully this was a fun one for y'all. I know I had fun with it. But that's about all I got to say. So
All right,
GG's to everyone.
GG's. Thanks for hanging out with us, and thanks for putting on a great show for us. You did well, very well.
Yeah, it was a fun one. I'm glad we got to have a fun race with this one today. This was a cool seed. Yeah, take it easy.
You too.
Have a good one.
GG.
And down goes Mother Brain for Ancient Gamer. Now we've got 3 minutes to get out of this planet before it goes kabloom.
Again.
Again. Bum 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 bum. It's time to go, ladies. Run, run, run. Meanwhile, we've got Ye Old Fart Gamer taking on Ridley, and Soa is checking Upper Norfair.
I think this is his first Upper Norfair check. After everything, I think I'm trying to guess by his inventory what's changed, and I don't think much has changed, honestly. Besides him picking up Gravity Suit out of pod, I think that's about it. Actually, wait, he had a Gravity Suit before Morph Ball. Never mind, I take that back.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get your GGs in chat for Ancient Gamer, who finishes in 2nd place on the restream and 5th place overall with an official SRL time of 2:56.32. He was just narrowly beaten by Solsky, who came in 4th place at 2:54.27.
And as we say that, we do see Ye Old Fart Gamer take a KO to Ridley, and at this time, that will be the end of Ye Old Fart Gamer's run of the day. He has chosen to forfeit.
He gave it a good fight, and we are joined in the booth by Ancient Gamer, GGAG.
Hey, thanks, man. I feel kind of bad. That early Ridley death cost me a PB, but I guess that's the way it goes.
Sometimes it happens. So how about that Morph Ball, though? I mean, that's just brutal.
Yeah, you get that every once in a while. I've seen a couple of seeds like that. You know, it's hard when you start out like that. It can be such a debate because you've got you got Norfair you can go into. You can take the chance to go up Red Tower. There's so many different ways you can go, but usually when you've got early mitts and flute, you see that, that's what it's talking about.
Yeah, this game, the seed today basically said, do every single Sphere 0 check and then follow the stuff you get from that, and you're pretty much golden.
Yeah, I was really worried that Gravity was going to be behind Ridley, you know, the death I took. But when I was coming out, the mirror find really helped me out. That's when I felt really good because I'm like, well, now I can do everything here, and if I'll do all my dungeons and the quick close checks, and if I don't find Gravity, then I'll go kill Ridley because I have to anyway and check and see if Gravity's behind him, and then I'll go from there.
Yeah, actually, Maniacal actually ended up doing Suitless Meridia because his go mode was effectively the wreck ship bow. Because by that point, he just had to, I think, kill Dragon and do a couple of more, do Eastern and Pod. So at that point, he actually skipped out on Gravity Suit and just went straight go mode both dungeons after hilariously not having the money for Kiki, but that's another story.
Oh, wow. You know, I've been working on the Suitless Dragon Escape it was something that I never really learned, and I had it on my list, because to be competitive, you need to know it. And I've been practicing it, but I'm not comfortable enough with it to try it today. So luckily, I found gravity.
Yeah, he did struggle with it for a few minutes, though. He ultimately ended up needing to do it to try a second time with a crystal flash suit instead.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it did take him a couple tries, but ultimately that is the method he chose. He also didn't find charge beam or silvers, which you did.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I mean, maniacal. Pretty much anybody that plays these kind of regular, if you've got tempered sword, you're not really worried about silvers. Most of them aren't really worried with master, but with tempered, that's not that big a deal.
Yeah,
I don't know how his ammo count was. How was it? Was his ammo?
It was the equivalent of 80 super missiles.
He was very close to not having enough ammo to kill Mother Brain.
Wow. Okay.
it
Yeah,
was exactly 120-40, as he says in chat.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was pretty tight.
Well, GG to him, and GG to Aussie, and I see Ace Zero got a race PB. GG to him. Appreciate y'all doing the commentary and doing the restream today. I've been working so much lately; it's been very seldom that I can join these. And the last couple of times that I did, I actually got called away by work and had to forfeit in the middle of them. So it's nice to actually finish one for a change.
It's nice to have you here too. Thanks for putting on a good show. You definitely did a good job today.
Well, thank you guys, and thanks everybody. I appreciate the follows and all that. And y'all have a safe Memorial Day.
You too, brother. And I want to just point out right now, we've had a couple additional finishers. Zempt finished at 6th place at 2:59.27. Niterific finished in 7th place at 3 hours and 42 seconds. And Words Spoken finished in 8th place with 3 hours and 59 seconds. So only a 17-second difference there. We also had Asger forfeited prior to Ye Olde Fart Gamer forfeiting as well. And Ye Olde Fart Gamer joins us in chat. Hello, GG. That was a kind of a rough seat for you.
Yeah. If it is any consolation, Alsoa also had trouble with a lot more trouble with the morph ball because he did not get space jump first from Old Mother Brain, so he kept bonking on the ceiling trying to get it the first time, then went back to Old Mother Brain, then got morph ball after 5 or 6 tries.
More tries because they kept getting soft locked and getting wedged in there. But I think we're gonna wrap things up, folks.
Indeed, yeah, we're going to call it a day here. It's gonna take a while for Alsoa to finish up at this point. However, we do want to still say, if you have not already, please do follow all 4 of our runners today, because again, they have put on a fantastic show for you and have provided a pretty good, solid 3 hours of entertainment.
I'm not sure what other things are on the schedule today. I haven't been paying attention much. But right now there is a daily race going on with the Link to the Past in Speed Gaming 4. And I know tomorrow for the SMZ3 we're going to be doing our Hard Logic race at 9 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I think that's still channel to be determined on that one, but if you're looking for more SMZ3 action specifically, our next tournament race is tonight at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Time. That is Pete Za 34 versus Hitaka. That should be a good match.
That's going to be a really good match.
So yeah, I think that's that, and we do have more Super Metroid multi-category tournament at 7, which is in about an hour, actually. So yeah, there is still plenty of, especially Super Metroid action. Well, actually, enough action for both games, really, on tap for the rest of your evening. But with that said, once again, shout out to Iris Isothesis, our tracker, who, once again, has done an amazing job making sure we know who has what, despite the technological hiccups earlier today. Not to mention tracking 4 racers.
Tracking 4 races by yourself is a feat to be remembered.
But with that said, Semper, it was a good. Thank you for welcoming me back to the mic on these after a few weeks.
Hey man, it's always nice to have a good partner here. Besides, I've missed you, and we don't get to do. There's not as many Echoes races, so we can't do these. I do want to know if they're going to start doing commentary for the Echoes weeklies because they do it for the Prime ones. Why can't we do it for the Echoes?
Yeah, that just started, to be fair, so it might still take a few weeks. We'll see. But I would certainly like that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'd love to do commentary on those because I can't race, so I'll definitely comment.
But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be leaving things here. So we want to thank you all for watching. We wish you a good rest of your evening. Enjoy, for you folks celebrating Memorial Day, enjoy the holiday weekend, and we will see you next mission.
Everybody have a good night and see you next mission.